leave the party due to our shenanigans.
He got
No
mad
way.
at me because we were gonna kill bugbears.
They were gonna
Alright.
kill you in hindsight.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
You see, we need Skulk back.
free hand. What color do I want to
I
use?
do love it. Alright.
Okay, I will go ahead and do a longer recap from the very beginning. How about that?
Aguira, land of races, one of many continents across Noira?
Yep.
Wara? Noira.
No.
It stretches to the north from its southmost jungles and deserts to the northern frostfire expanses and volcanic islands, a place touched by the event labeled as the Gods' Tears Fall. Claimed by the folk of this land as a grace of gods, the very essence of theirs, sent to this realm as a gift. Or could it be a gift? Nearly 1,000 years of wars followed, as all fought for the chance to claim but a single impact site for themselves, to explore and discover what incredible otherworldly marvels were sent to Aguira by the deities. As the wars were waged, lands passed on from race to race. The time of peace came, and expansions with tolerance alongside it spread all over the lands. Although, despite all this time, it is still unknown what exactly this occurrence meant. The year 1252 of God's Tears event era, and the spring spread its warning wings across the continent. Aguira brought back to life after a long winter. That's where this story takes place.
The adventure began in Fallside, a town by the Everfall Forest, a forest that never seems to exit the autumn and the falling leaves time of the year. There, the main party, that half of it is now no longer present with us, for various reasons, not just death. You met all there, and upon discovering that the monsters are appearing within the neighboring area for unknown reason, but previously not seen within the Everfall Forest, you found a camp, and there you found the goblins that have escaped the Lonely Crow, as you've learned later on. Upon return, you've been given a task to go and discover the Lonely Crow and what may be happening down there that causes the monsters to escape it. You've been given a advice to take a older dwarf gentleman by the name of is one of my first NPCs and I forgot his Dane. There we go.
Dane.
Led by Dane, you have descended the very long path that leads into the Underdark through the Lonely Crow, an almost mile-high drop that has previously set up lines and pittons that allowed you for an easier time going down, but nevertheless a challenging one. There you've traversed this dark and unpleasant and unwelcoming area, until you've met two individuals, a tiefling and a minotaur. They've incinerated their guide, a Durgar. Upon seeing that happening, you couldn't take the sight of a creature being burnt alive within a matter of seconds, and you decided
let's
to
use
face them
that
off.
as the excuse.
And you've decided to face with them. Closely, but nevertheless losing the battle, you followed through, led by Dane, and you found yourselves within a Durgar bastion. And there...
I'd like to think of it as a draw. They ran.
Yeah, let's call it a draw then. There, you've tried to make your peace with the Durgar, but with being unable to communicate with them, you had to resort to violence. Upon clearing the said bastion, you've traversed through it and emerged on the other side, where, following a tunnel, you found a massive gate that has apparently been unlocked by magic. From there, you've parted ways with Dane, and you were going to go ahead and emerge from the Underdark via a different path, which has been highlighted just now. But it's not before you've found yourselves captured by kobolds, and then made them believe that one of you is a godsend or such, with a gift of a reincarnation of their god, Kurtulmak, the reincarnation as Kurtulsek. Upon traversing and finally reaching the other exit way from the Underdark, you found yourselves back on the way, meeting a familiar merchant to some of you now, Iranafa. There you found also another merchant that was in trouble, Horton Grassbottle. You helped him out and you found his stolen cart within a grove, with a ranger in a green cloak that appeared to be hired within a smaller group of other bandits, let's just call them. So following through, you fought them in the grove over here, retrieving the goods, but nevertheless letting the ranger escape. From there, you've moved on and traversed to Digval, where Ash had a calling of sort. Apparently, the Western God's Tier has had some kind of involvement with Ash's patron or so. Battling your way through there, you fought strange beings from other plane, shadow-like in their nature. Successfully, nevertheless, you've managed to retrieve whatever was calling to Ash's desires and needs, and you've managed to escape with your life. Barely. From there, you've traveled back on the main road and towards Wrane. That's where we are right now. After a decent amount of time spent within Wrane, you've met a number of new individuals that are now creating a party with you. And many things have happened. But currently, we found ourselves in front of a blue door with a lion's head knocker on them. As... who was it that knocks on them?
I think like
After
everybody
party.
walked up to
Yeah.
it. Not
Yes,
at the
that
same
was the
time.
case. Everyone, a hand by
I
hand,
Join in on everyone.
laid onto the...
Yup.
I like to picture like the way it ended, like if this was like a show or something.
Yeah,
All of us were like shoulder to shoulder, like trying to push up to the to walk up to
Yeah,
the door,
and just-
like just to zoom in on our faces,
Yes.
all like reaching for it.
and then a zoom in on the handle as you all grab it and just... as it echoes through the interior.
Right, well that wasn't awkward at all.
Oh yeah, fuck, some of y'all are disguised.
I agree. I definitely answer.
A time passes and no answer is heard.
Right,
Well,
someone want to
they are
open this
home.
door?
Alrighty, I'll check. Is it locked?
It is locked.
I'm gonna step away.
I'm
Okay.
also
Why
gonna
are
step
we-
away, but like not for the same reason.
Yeah,
Why
would
are
give
we
them some
assuming they're
space.
home?
I'll check around back.
I will inconspicuously like lean against it and take a look around and try and stealthily unlock this.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Like, not-
perception as you look around.
I mean, I was just
Perception is-
gonna
You
keep
can
an eye out.
roll separate then.
Alright. 18 to look around.
So 14 for Oswald.
Okay.
Alright, then I'll.
You notice there's people walking in both directions, passing by on the street as you go about your business. You see one older lady that lives opposite to where you're currently standing, and she's outside watering her plants outside her door and the window. But she's not paying any mind to you. You see people going back and forth. None of them having any immediate business on the street, but just passing by, going towards their destinations and whatnot.
All right. Would it be a
Xander is gonna walk over to the old lady and like try and like keep her vision away from the door.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start talking about plants.
Okay.
And
Ask her
would it
what
be
kind of flowers and like other herbs she probably has growing in her garden.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. And before you go about the door, Ash, you said you're going around back. Are
I'm
you?
going to go ahead.
What a lovely
I'm
door.
not doing anything else other than checking for another way in.
Okay, so the buildings are basically like sister buildings, so they are conjoined.
Okay.
So you cannot just like go around the garden or whatnot. So you have to go around the street and then see there. It's gonna take you
Okay.
like 5 minutes, but no problem.
Can Dunkel open up the
Figures,
door?
I switched to Xander and he's instantly useless.
Go ahead and roll perception as well, Ash, while you go around, and then okay. So what is it that you're doing, Dernst?
Would it be a stealth check to try and inconspicuously pick this lock?
So that would be. Oh, so you use your thief tools to open the
Yeah.
lock. So that would be sleight of hand.
Wait,
Yeah, or just the thieves' tool check. Or are you saying sleight of hand to do it
Yes,
unnoticed?
to do it unnoticed.
Dernst. You should allow me to do this.
I rolled bad.
I was about to say you should let me do this.
Yeah. So
Normally I do well.
you try and be. I love how your character is off to a bad start in every session.
Fucking build for this shit.
No!
Okay, so you go ahead and you try to be inconspicuous, but as you try and open the lock, you drop one of the pieces to unlock the pins inside the door, and it just ding, 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 and one person walking by just looks towards your group,
Sorry, I dropped my key.
Dunkel
And
is
he's just
As I
like,
reach down and quickly grab
nods
it.
and smiles, and then continues on his way. In the same pace, he didn't notice that you're trying to do anything illegal.
Dernst. You should allow me to do this.
Let's use our
AC is now
skeleton
higher
key.
because he failed for the first
Dernst,
check.
you should allow me to do this.
We
Okay,
should use the skeleton key we have, and Strife grabs Dunkel's like neck thing, like stuff, and just pulls him.
What are you doing?
Holds him up in front of the door.
Right.
Skeleton key.
Open it up.
Right, no
Break the
scan.
law, you filthy heathen.
Just do it.
Alright, yeah, I let him have a go at it.
okay. So you can go ahead and roll the thieves' tools. Dexterity that will be, not
And
intelligence.
I'm basically body blocking Dunkel while he does this right now.
You don't need a body block me.
Okay.
I have this
Ash,
invisible hoodie.
Oh yeah.
while you're going around, you immediately notice there's no garden to these houses because they are so close to the external wall of the city. Their purpose isn't to, well, at least not in this area, to look, pretty and presentable. They are mainly for purpose. So there's no garden, and you notice that there is no windows on the backside of the house as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Not.
So Snurv will put up his hoodie, goes invisible,
Snurv.
and brings it. Yeah, Snurv Dunkel.
Okay.
But this is his disguise self, okay?
Okay.
So Snurv will put up his hoodie to go invisible and then bring out his thieves' tools to unlock the lock.
Okay.
Can I have a refresher? Why are we here again?
Strife, would you like to?
Remember the suspicious note I got given by those kids?
Right, okay.
Rolled a 19, my man.
Okay. 28. Holy shit. The AC was 15, but okay.
This lock is quite simple.
You go ahead and you find that 2 of the 5 pins were already nudged loose by Dernst's attempt. Dernst's attempt. Yeah, it's a funny way to say it. But anyway, so you go ahead and you just like... And then you just hear... the lock giving way.
Dunkel opens door.
Okay. It swings open, and the dark interior opens before you. Cleaned.
Well, it's unlocked, guys. Dunkel begins to walk in with the steel defender.
I have a feeling no one's home, and I follow him.
Okay, very well.
This old lady is obviously
Heading in.
not hearing a single thing Xander is saying.
Yeah, she's just nodding.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of flower? Just for my own sake, what kind of flowers does she have?
Some daisies in the windows and some like let me just check what it's called for the fern and some ferns.
So she's not some secret herbalist or like
No. It's
green
just
thumb
you know,
lady.
it's just an older lady who found
She's
her
not a spy
hobby.
or anything.
Yeah, because I know my mom, when she like reached a certain point, she's like, I'm just gonna start gardening. Now she has herbs everywhere in her house.
Yeah, she's not quite on that
Looks
level.
like she's about to
At
poison the king.
At least not the at the front of the house. You don't know what's at the back. Maybe she's got like, marijuana. Mary Jane.
My mom also has that.
Great. Now that's gonna be on YouTube.
It's legal to grow here.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh
she
shit.
has a license.
wow. Nice.
Okay, you
Yeah,
can send me
Canada.
some.
I don't know about
Not
that.
No,
No, that was not.
Blix.
Yes.
Blix out of game is walking away from this conversation.
Hey, no, it's actually legal. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so what is it you're
He
doing?
walks away.
Dunkel, the Steel Defender, and
You mean Snurf?
Scarf. Yeah, Snurve and Scarf entered inside. And Ash,
Burns
that's
is
when
also headed
that's
in.
about when you come around as Xander finishes his conversation with the lady.
More like monologue.
Yeah, more like that. More like it.
Xander's just gonna
will-
walk away.
Dunkel will pull out a stick and a vial, and then like pull a stick into the vial, and then now it goes.
Okay.
Just follow me. It's a
I'm-
5 foot
I'm gonna
radius claw.
follow and hold the door open, and as soon as everyone comes in, I'm gonna close it.
Okay.
Wasn't Ash,
Checking
like,
for
behind
traps
the
on the door.
We already walked in.
Isn't
We already
Ash
walked
on
in.
the other side of the building?
I'm making my way back around if there's nothing really to
Oh, you know
note
what? This would be
that I
perfect.
noticed.
Dunkel.
Yeah, Oswald's just gonna watch the street. He's gonna stay outside.
Is there any particular reason we wouldn't be stealing from these people? Just asking.
I mean, I was just told to come find them and bring them to the dude alive.
Oh,
I don't, and he kind of
Hmm.
refused to elaborate why after
Oh,
dragging
you've
me all
got-
the way there.
you got me curious. Who are you Who's asking for this?
I think it was a dwarf fellow, maybe human. Either I can't remember which it was.
Dwarf.
A dwarf. I think I know who you're working for.
Imagine they all look the same to you, huh? They're all a little bit shorter than you.
It's the one above the gifts and thorn shop.
Mm,
You do know the
Is-
place. You've worked for him before.
Solid employer.
Purple building.
Purple man.
It's completely dark in here.
It is
Dunkel's
completely dark.
dropping like
Yes.
a couple of like
Yeah,
The
5 foot.
blinds are
glow sticks.
closed on the window as well.
I'm just gonna cast light.
Dunkel's dropping like glow sticks along the way.
Leaving
okay,
evidence.
In that case, I'm gonna start doing my go-to thing of systematically going through the house, stealing or grabbing what is of value.
So Strife would be looking for some kind of room that might have, like, an office or a desk or somewhere that they would go down to write.
Okay. So let me just describe to you what the place looks like. It's a small building. So on the left side, just next to the entrance, you have a staircase that leads to the bedroom upstairs. In front of you is a small-ish hallway that opens to the right to a small living room space. And at the end of this whole place is a kitchen, and the kitchen connects to the hallway and the living room.
I want
Do you
to
have
go
a
check
map?
out
I do not.
So a mage hand is just going to appear, and every so often we'll just pick up a glow stick and put it in his bag, because we're not leaving evidence behind.
Okay.
Do you mind if I check for traps on the door after I close it?
Sure, go ahead.
Is that an investigation or perception?
There's investigation. 9.
Okay.
There appears to
So
be no
that's what I'm
traps.
doing while Durst is looting.
Okay, so where are you going, Dernst?
I am just starting on the first floor and working my way room to room, systematically stealing anything of value.
Okay.
I'm gonna also take Dunkel with me to probably the upstairs and look for a like an office, a study, something.
Okay.
Okay. My idea too.
So, 2 9s in a row. So I need.
It would be dark, so I'd have disadvantage on it probably. So
Yeah, because Thaddeus cast light, but he's taking it with him upstairs. So Dernst, roll investigation, and then Thaddeus and Danko, either you both roll separately or one of you with advantage.
Man, my dice do not like to roll
Well,
well.
I rolled 2 because I was also looking for the study. That was
Okay, so roll. So roll. You can help Dernst because there's already 2 of them searching upstairs.
I'm searching downstairs for now.
I love how that was like my first stop.
I-
I don't even get the roll.
Well, Strife, one of us. Well, we need to split with one person that can pick locks. So
Yeah.
each of us pick one. And then if Dernst and you are downstairs, me and Dunkel can be upstairs.
Okay. It's just I know what I'm looking for, so
Then
I want,
go
I
ahead
want
and roll
books, which
separately.
is why.
Scarf.
yeah.
Roll
I'm
separately.
I'm not trying to just steal, like I'm just trying to get my job done.
Oh, the dice are not with us today.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it
middling
saying that
rolls.
Buta rolled?
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
Oh, you just rolled. You can select in the drop-down menu.
I
Which
know.
one you
I
can
still
control.
rolled it from my sheet, so that would have been my
Yeah.
roll either way.
Okay.
So.
It only affects as who you speak, so to say. So we can also roll for the bag of holding and the handy haven.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wait, I just wanted to check some on Danko's sheet.
Well, how about this? Right, because Strife did say he wanted to look for the room.
Yeah.
I'm not against looting this place, so I'll just stick with Dernst.
Okay. So then.
I have a
Okay,
looting
so
buddy?
yeah.
Does that
So
mean I roll
okay,
with
so all of
advantage?
you roll separately. No, well, unless he wants to give him.
No,
Thaddeus.
we'll just roll separately for the sake of
Okay,
it.
and then
Yeah,
Danko, you
so-
roll. You roll investigation as well.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, sorry, Dernst, this is my forte.
I don't have some proficiencies and stuff and things that I would make sense to do, so I might be taking a thing to fix that. Whenever I get a chance.
I will start with Danko and, well, Snurv and Scarf.
I will just say to Scarf because I want books. I just want
Okay.
books.
All right. I was keeping like the looting aspect in mind. I just like, since I'm the one who went to that place, got the quest, and I kind of like have been searching around for stuff. I kind of know what I need to look for. But...
Okay. as you go upstairs, you find that it's just a single larger room that spans almost the entire length of the building, except for from the outside you could see that the wall like kind of caves in slightly for the second floor, making it slightly shorter than the bottom, the ground floor. With that said, you find a large double-sized bed, and you begin to search through the space. You come up to the bed first, and you start searching through it. And after a second, you ask Scarf to lift up the mattress for you. And as he does, you notice a small pouch placed underneath it.
Dunkel will crawl under it just to grab it.
Okay, you go ahead and grab the small pouch, and you can hear coin
Money.
yeah, making noises inside.
Look what I found, Scarf.
I'm pretty sure this guy was a debt collector of sorts, so
Okay, and then
like the guy we're doing this job for.
you pocket the small pouch and you continue for your search, and there's a bedside table with a drawer. And you go ahead and try to pull on the drawer, and you just pull the bedside table, as it appears to be locked at the moment, and you see a small keyhole.
I'm gonna unlock this.
Okay, so you go ahead and roll dexterity with your thieves' tools while I'll go back downstairs.
While he does
The
that,
fucking way he said
I'm gonna put the mattress back while he does that and try to make it look like we weren't there.
Okay.
I'm gonna unlock this.
You go ahead and begin to look through the living room first, both of you, and you check the couch and like a squared cushion bed, and you realize that the cushion bed has like a shelf in it, and you can realize you can open like a chest, and you do so, and amongst the many blankets and like side pillows that there are, you also find another small pouch of coins.
I'll get that.
From there, you go ahead and the both of you move on to the kitchen. And in the kitchen, you begin to rummage through a number of spaces. Let me just check something quick. Okay. So you begin to rummage through the cabinets and everything else. And upon opening one of them, you realize that behind a number of wooden cups, you find another pouch with a number of coins inside of them.
Offer this one to Thaddeus.
We're all splitting this in the end anyway.
Oh,
You can just hold on to it.
okay then.
In one spot.
And then I will go back to upstairs. Danko, you go ahead and masterfully unlock the lock yet again. You go ahead
Easy.
and you just feel as the utensils that you use for it just twist with the lock inside, and the end you just hear the satisfying, and the drawer
It's
comes
unlocked.
undone ever so gently.
What do I see?
So you go ahead and open it fully, and inside you
Yes.
find a letter.
Strife. Oh, Scarf. Sorry.
Yes, Snurf.
I found something
This is
that
the
Thaddeus
gag
might want to
episode.
see.
I will send you a screenshot, and then I will send you a... Okay. I just realized that Blake sent me a message that he's relocking the door from the inside. You can do that, no problem.
Oh no.
There's one of those like knobs, you know. It's not like a key that you have to use inside. You can just use a knob.
Okay.
Blastman channel
Why-
divinity.
Am I
Uh,
inside yet, or am I?
Everyone,
did I
every
get
one of you is
locked up?
inside.
All right.
Okay, so that's the picture butter, and then I will send you text if that's easier for you.
Scarf. There's a small letter here. It's quite riddles. Has a lot of words.
Kill me.
Oh, I like puzzles. I wish I went with Dunkel.
Okay, and so you find that while you read it and share the information with Scarf, we go back downstairs. So you find the place, or you rummage through the place, and you rummage through the cabinets and everything, and you find that single coin purse. And then both of you just make eye contact, and you think to yourself that this must be everything.
Is there
Until-
a carpet?
There is. I was about to get to that. Yes, there is a carpet.
Yeah.
There's
My
a
instinct.
table, and you can see that one piece of the carpet is like bent, and the leg from the table stands on top of the bend, like it was recently moved.
Images.
But they really don't know what they're doing, huh?
You're gonna have a hidden thing under the carpet. You hide it well. As I'm pushing the table to the side.
Okay, it just skirts and jumps.
I don't touch the carpet with my hand. I use my mage hand.
Okay, easily done. You grab the part of the carpet that's already bent, and the mage hand just gently peels it off the floor. And as it does, you begin to see there's a faint outline of a trapdoor.
This one, I am going to check for traps.
Go ahead.
Is that thieves' tools or?
So that's in the investigation.
Okay.
Here,
I'll
before you do
help
that,
him.
Before
So
you
advantage?
do that,
Ash.
you see
What the fuck? The dice
Tavashi
fucking hate
move
me.
3 gestures, making draconic symbols in the air. Add a d4 to that, dang it.
Too late, he already did it.
Yeah, I realize.
It looks alright. It doesn't seem like there's anything trapping it.
Then I'll check. Well, I'll try and open it, see if there's a lock.
There's no luck. It's a very... You realize that the floor must have been cut into this shape and made into a trapdoor after it was laid. So to get it, you have to like dig your fingers between the boards and then like lift it up.
Pull out my
think-
knife and kind of wedge it down in.
I think he has this, so I'm gonna go to like the main area and then see if I can get everybody
Okay.
come back.
You
Use
go
my knife.
ahead and
Pop it up.
you do that. And as you begin to walk out, Thaddeus, he lifts it and you can hear the creaking of the boards and he says, I got it. Then as he opens it, you just hear and you can just hear him choke. Durns, you're currently being choked.
Oh!
Ash is there.
By
Yeah,
like a
I'm
rope?
immediately
Okay,
looking at the situation. What the heck happened?
so
I've already got my knife out, so I'm gonna try and stab whatever's choking me.
go ahead and roll Constitution first of all, because you will take damage nonetheless, because you failed the investigation.
Save?
Slime.
Well, it doesn't matter
Okay.
what con I'm rolling, so it's all 0 anyway.
That's an 8. Okay, so you fail, and you take... where's 1d10? Oh, just
It's a slime.
I'm just gonna whistle.
6.
I can't whistle in real life, but that
What you saw happens is, Ash, as he opens the trapdoor, there's some kind of contraption that sent a thin line of wire, sending it around with like 2 weights on both sides, and it just wrapped around his neck.
Oh,
So you take 6 slashing 6 slashing damage as it happens. But you managed
Okay.
to get it off. It wasn't a deadly trap. And both of you, as you stand over the opening, you realize there's items placed beneath the boards. You find a dagger. You find a empty vial. You find a purse of coins, as well as a strange mask.
That's
And
3.
and a cloak. A strange mask and a cloak.
Okay.
So it's a coin pouch, a dagger, an
Yep.
empty vial.
Yep.
A strange mask. And a strange cloak.
The cloak is normal, the mask is just strange.
Okay.
I'm like
Interesting find.
Thaddeus is like
Sweet.
looking, seeing that he's fine, but
Durst
also
is rubbing
like
his
what the
throat,
fuck
just
just
like-
happened, and like kind of torn. He's like in the doorway at this point. Like
He's
don't
like
know what
rubbing
to
his
do.
throat as he's like rummaging through this and pulling this stuff out.
It's like that. It's
Yeah.
like that like GIF where like the dude comes in with pizza and like everything is on fire.
Yeah.
What happened while I was
Oh
gone?
my god.
That's
I
from
walked away for a
Community. It's
second.
such a great show.
Hey, Scarf,
Yeah. What's up?
what do you think the letter meant?
I think Strife would hear the whistle at least.
Yeah. I'm gonna first respond to Dunkel, but then we should head there. If I had to guess, this person may or may not be joining some form of cult.
Hmm, interesting.
That's maybe why they borrowed money and tried to run away with it.
How much money did they store inside?
I don't know. The guy never told me how much.
Hmm.
He didn't want to fill me in on anything.
Well, it seems like this place is cleaned up. What should we do next?
Guess we should meet up with everyone else.
Alrighty.
If Dunkel has dropped any more glow sticks, I'm picking them up.
That's what he's been doing.
Even while just standing there, slowly building up a pile on the floor.
Yeah, no, as you put things on the floor, I'm kind of like over your shoulder. I put them on the table beside the hole.
Alright.
So we need even Blix
Hold on.
and Corey. Still-
This solution could be solved if you just tell Dunkel to stop.
Hello. What? Hi, Erman.
What do you need from us?
Well, one, what were you guys up to, and two, we're gathering in the one room.
I'm looking for traps on the door. I'm sorry, I'm a little busy.
I didn't really have any objectives here, so I'm just aimlessly walking around the house.
I'm cleaning my feet on the carpet.
I like to imagine that while you clean your feet, Eve's just walking around, and first she just sees Danko get into the drawer, and then she goes back downstairs. As you come round the stairs, you see just Durns being choked by a wire.
Ash trying to unwind it, but
Durns,
is faster.
I didn't know you liked that kind of stuff, man.
Shush, Durns,
Meanwhile,
chill
Blix
out.
is just like
Not a fan of
paranoid,
Wyatt Fuller,
staring
my
at the
friend.
door, like ear up against it, trying to find a trap that doesn't exist.
What if they come home and we're here?
Yeah, I'm staying by the door just in case.
Oh, man.
I feel like I don't need to be a part of any conversations that are held here.
Hi,
Well,
Durns.
he's got like a red line on his neck that he's still kind of rubbing. Well, I found an interesting find that nearly tried to kill me.
Mhm.
And I gesture to the stuff on the table. I pull out the other two small pouch of coins that we found.
Interesting. That's it?
So yeah, there's 3 small
Hey.
pouches of coins, a dagger, an empty vial, a strange mask, and a cloak.
Can you describe the mask for me, Passion?
Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Can I see the vial?
And
I actually
what
had
shape?
intentions.
What shape is the knife?
It's not a kitchen knife. It's a dagger. It's slightly curved at the very end, and I will use that perception for that as well. While you pick up the mask, you check the dagger, and you realize there's a faint line of like a residue on the dagger.
I'm terrified for various reasons. Like, every time someone goes to touch something to pick it up, Thaddeus' mage hand just slaps their hand.
I want to see the vial.
I know what I'm doing.
Durst is actually pulling out his alchemist kit
Okay.
to try and figure out what was left, if there's any residue in that vial, to see what was in there.
Okay, so you go
In-
ahead and you set up your alchemist kit on the the kitchen tables, and then you grab the vial, and there is in fact some kind of residue at the very bottom, purplish in coloration.
Yeah, I'll run through some tests to try and figure out what it is. Alchemist kit check.
Yes, with intelligence. Okay.
Finally rolled
If-
good.
If anyone's coming close to the door, Oswald will just let Thaddeus know.
Very well.
Just make sure that door is covered.
Okay.
Finally
I've got a
rolled well.
perception of -1. I got this.
Hey.
You're just listening for footsteps with like a glass by the door.
Okay, I'm sorry, my mom walked in. What shape was that mask in?
Right. So yes, I'm getting to it. So you see as you pick up the mask, there's a residue on the knife, in the same coloration as the contents of the vial.
Is it like a dark maroony, like brownish red?
It is, yes, as well.
Okay, yeah, just describe the mask and then I'm.
So you go and pick up the mask, and you notice that the mask doesn't cover the whole of the face. It only covers from like the upper lip to forehead and just slightly over the hair. But you notice a strange thing, the off-putting thing about this mask. You have the holes for the eyes, but right where the eyebrows are, there's like a line that divides that part of the mask with the like forehead part of the mask. And on that upper part, you find there's like a face on it with a expression of pain and joy at the same time.
Strife
Oh.
will set the mask down, and he's going to look at Dunkel and try to get the note from him.
Well, what was that again?
I'm gonna get the note from you.
Okay.
Placing it on the table, Strife is gonna say, I think we're dealing with someone trying to enter a cult. That's my best guess.
Okay.
Dern
Makes
says
sense
his
with
full
math.
alchemist setup going, figuring out what's inside this vial.
It's gonna take you a minute.
Does
If I
look
had-
like a whole bloodletting thing.
If I had to guess, this person used this knife to fill this vial with blood. That blood is like a... What's the word? Like a way of entering it? This cult?
A
The
fee.
mask is representation. Yeah, like a fee. It could
You
even...
know so much about it already. Tavashi kind of approaches.
But that wasn't meant to be a name, it was a pun, but the fact that you're rolling with it.
Yeah, I'm rolling with it.
By the way, if we end up having to infiltrate that cult, I call dibs on wearing the mask.
I don't know if you'd want to wear this mask. I would want Thaddeus to identify it first.
Yes, I would like to also just cast Detect Magic just to see if there's anything
Okay.
wacky.
Hmm,
Just surface level first, you know.
this seems mind-boggling. I'm gonna go check
First.
up on.
Before Thaddeus identifies something 4 times again and dies.
Okay,
Oh.
you detect
go check
magic,
up
and
next.
there is nothing magical.
Good.
There still might be a mechanism of sorts on something.
Now, as you're deliberating over the mask and the letter, I don't know, you can send it over in the chat if you're sharing it.
Yeah. I was gonna read it if they wanted me to.
Yeah, so you can read it in a sec, just let me explain what Derns finds out. So you go ahead and take the very like drops of the residue in the bottle and you put it onto your alchemist kit, and then you begin to like play with it, adding one of your components from the kit, and then it changes the colors depending on what kind of, you know, substance it is. And what you find is that it is a poison. You're damn well aware that this is a poison. But as well as that, it has hemoglobin inside of it.
Hmm.
Poisoned blood or something.
Is this?
Yeah.
Wipe off my hands and take off like the rubber latex gloves that I was wearing.
Maybe leather. I don't think they had latex back then.
Yeah. Let like my leather alchemist gloves, take them off. So, I must disagree with you. It's not blood, at least not entirely. That is a poison. It does, however, contain blood. And since it's blood in the vial that I was testing from, that leads to a few possible conclusions. One, it was a vial of poison that was then reused as a vial to hold the blood, which I think is less likely. Or what I consider the more likely option, it was a creature that it's in the process of harvesting this poison bled into it as well.
Or
Can I,
it may
while
have
they're
come
having this
from a
conversation,
creature with poisonous blood in general.
can I take the
That may
vial
be true as well.
with whatever drop is
Yeah.
left in there? And I'm just gonna cast Identify on it. And just know exactly what it is.
Very well.
Fuck you.
Go ahead
While
and do
he's-
that.
Anything you can do. with
Ritually,
yourself
or you're
there.
using a spell slot?
Would my knowledge on curses
Ritually.
be able to tell me if this was some
So,
form
11
of
minutes.
way of like?
Yep.
Would my
I
knowledge
like
on
to
curses-
think Dernst has like a handful of like stolen goods just sitting there like that's illegal.
Like, doesn't
I'm sitting with
identify
you,
only work
Blinks.
on- Doesn't identify
It-
only identify spells? and
No,
magical
it lets me
effects?
know exactly what properties of like an item is. So like I can identify potions and poisons.
If it
That
is
how
doesn't
we
really
found
give
out
you
about
item
some
their
of the
origin,
potions.
just tells you what they
other
are.
magic impact.
Yeah, I want to know exactly what it is. That's all I want to know.
Strive, to
Okay,
answer your
it's a different
question,
way then.
do what you will. Try
Like,
what
okay,
you will.
like I said, would I be able to roll with my knowledge on curses to figure out if this is normally used in any form of ritual for curses? Like similar to my lycanthropy in a way.
Okay, I will say this. Because you're from a nomadic tribe, you may or may not know anything about such dealings and things. So go ahead and roll religion check with disadvantage. Nope, nothing comes to mind.
Hey, Blake, so how are you doing?
Door hasn't moved.
That's good.
You're doing a great job.
You
Yeah,
see a
the
mouth and
description-
a pair of eyes appear on the door.
What?
I'm
Wait,
kidding.
what?
I'm kidding. Sorry.
It's a mimic.
Shit! I didn't check for traps well enough.
You're not checking for traps. You're checking for a creature.
The door
Duncan
is
sits
set.
right
That's a
next to you,
different check,
Great.
man.
That's a different check. Oh,
The
no.
house is a mimic.
Duncan will sit right next to you, Blix.
That's why
Yeah,
they were
you-
sister houses.
The way it's worded is you learn if it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object. You
No.
learn its properties and how to use them.
Okay.
If
Yeah, go ahead. If
me- well, to me the sentence reads, "If it is a magical item, then you learn the effects."
Yeah, that's how I'm reading them. You
If
only
it
learn the
didn't have a
properties and how to
comma
use
there,
it if it's magic.
if it didn't have a comma there, I would agree. But like to me, it's suggesting like there are more than one thing you can check for with this spell.
To me, it
I'm
only
just gonna
works for
go with
magical
DM
effects,
ruling on
but
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever Passion believes doesn't
Yeah.
matter what I've
I
done in
mean,
other
yeah,
games
we've
or
been
whatever.
we've been doing that since the beginning. That I just check, and obviously I'm not giving you specific information. I'm just like maybe reassuring you in a thing.
Yeah, I've like identified potions and stuff that personally I
Potions
don't
are
know if
magical
they're-
magical items, but
Hmm
I mean,
Yeah, but
poison
at the same
could be
time,
one.
medicine isn't really magical, right?
depends what kind of medicine. But yeah,
Yeah.
if it's a healing potion, that's by the game classified as a magic item. But that's semantics, and let's not get into that, especially not during a session.
Okay, 11 minutes later, you learn that it's blood,
Mhm.
and that's about it. It's not
is just
magical, but it's blood.
We already knew it wasn't magical. So
Poisonous blood.
Yeah, but it's not something mixed together. It is literally just blood.
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean we
That
do.
is a poison.
I don't know
is-
what your dog exactly is, Scarf, but wouldn't it be something akin to your dog who is poison? Does he also have
I
poisoned
don't
blood?
think
No,
so.
his poison comes from the mouth. It's a form of saliva, kind of like a venom.
Ah,
It could be both, right? It could
I
be truly
don't-
something that bleeds poison.
I don't
I
think
believe it comes from a creature that is poisonous to eat.
Can I hear them talk about this? I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah,
room they're in,
definitely.
and I am.
Yeah, you're like
room
maybe
over.
10-15 feet away, because that's about how long the hallway is.
I'm just gonna say, is it coagulated? Is it thick? If so, it's not blood that is poisonous, it's blood that's reacted with poison.
How the fuck do you know this?
Yes, that sounds about right.
It's just residue. It's dried up on the
Tunko
bottom.
has expertise with chemicals, but I didn't.
With how confident Blake sounded there, yeah, no, he also apparently knows some shit.
Is it coagulated?
Farmer life, motherfuckers.
Coagulated blood is just simply blood that clumped up,
Yeah, is it
And
thick? I
was
wasn't really paying
destroyed
attention
by
to
the
that
blood,
part.
by the poison.
Oh, so I will say
But
this.
if it wasn't coagulated, then it was with poison.
Because of how little there was in the vial, you don't know if it coagulated or if it just dried up.
Would Durns know it? Because of his 20?
No.
Okay.
Hold up, let me.
Well,
So,
My personal suspicion that it is something that was poisonous, such as I've heard tell of frogs and such that are poisonous when consumed. I believe this might be something similar.
So I will just point out on my spell list tomorrow I could do detect poison and disease, which is it identifies it, the kind of poisonous creature or disease in each case.
Well,
Frogs
I think
that
we're-
are poisonous is
we're
their
missing the
glands.
point. We
It's
have
not
a
blood.
dagger here with the same substance on it and a very cult-like mask.
Oh yeah, this is the cool shit.
Yeah, if you guys read the note, or I can read it.
I believe that was a
You'll
foregone
get a lot
conclusion
of
that it was
clues.
called shit. Yeah. But yes, lay the note out, please.
Pass. Well, let us all see the note. You can read it if you wish. I'm kind of at the loss of what I can do to help at the moment.
All right. Starting now. Over the hills, a furious flapping of beautiful wings. We shall chant with fervor until our voices are heard. When a night song brings the passion to our hearts and the village long forgotten. Within the next fortnight, we will reach for you. Be ready to join.
You want to pop that in-game chats just so you can see?
I'll copy it.
So, just cause what's a fortnight again? Is that like 2 nights?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, yeah. So, tailing the guy to his meeting, probably not gonna be a useful thing.
Well, they will reach for you, so they're coming here.
Well,
Can
yeah,
someone find out how old that vial, like, residue is?
Would I have gotten a general idea?
When was it used?
Passion? Between
Uh,
the drying on the blade and what's in the vial, could I get a general timeline?
There's a way to do that with chemicals. You could
sure,
solve
yeah,
that.
you have 23, I'll give you that. It was used not but 24 hours ago.
This was the dagger was used some in the range of 20 to 28 hours ago.
okay, so waiting it out isn't gonna be an option.
Yeah.
Well, we very well could.
They'll
Well-
be gone in a fortnight.
Do we
No,
need to
Within the
invest
fortnight, they're coming for whoever was here.
That's what I meant. If they come for them, I'm assuming they're gonna leave off to go join that long forgotten village where they can do whatever they want.
Well, what my
So-
thought was we wait an ambush here,
Yeah, but that's like 2 weeks away, so.
It seems like they found the duration. But
Wait.
So,
what is the half-life that had been used?
You were asking
I have an idea.
about the poison and the blood on the dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
so
I have another odd idea.
Scar, what were we here for again? Just to collect a debt, or
Kind of.
well, then
So,
why do we give a shit about the cult?
well, I mean, this
You're
might
a
be connected to
cleric,
the
aren't you?
murders.
No, but even then, why would I care about some cult?
Oh.
Not all should follow one god.
Listen, it was just a job for quick money, okay? I didn't think it would go any further. Just have the person give back the money they owed. This
Passion.
goes deeper, though.
Drying
Like-
time for ink is 2 to 4 days. Is the ink on this paper dry?
Well, you were asking about the vial. If you want to
Yeah,
check
no,
the paper, then you have to roll another
Yeah,
separate check.
Yeah, and could I inspect the ink on the paper using my set? Right, like take out another piece of paper, copy down what it says, just so we have a copy, and then in case something goes wrong, and then try and alchemy kit, figure out how long ago this was written.
Yes, you can. So I'm assuming you're taking your time. I'm assuming you're taking your time in copying the paper, so I'm not gonna make you roll for that. But yeah, you're fucking rolling horribly, man.
No,
You have
what's
no
up?
idea how long the paper was written.
Dunkel has a +9
How
to
long
this.
ago the paper was written.
Ooh.
That's Dunkel.
yeah.
Do you mind if
find
I peek out one of the front windows to make sure no one's approaching or standing outside the house?
So there's Oswald upstairs, but yeah, you can go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah, we wouldn't know about Oswald being on guard. Plus, Oswald isn't always reliable, I feel.
No,
He used to be super reliable. It's just recently it's been bad rolls.
Right.
Oh, I more just mean him being a.
Trying to be sneaky about it and not to, poke your head straight through the window. You try and keep a close contact with the wall as you peek, and no, just people still going about their business. Nobody that spends extended amount of time on the main street outside the building. Just passerbys.
This town has some weird shit going on.
I mean,
every
yeah,
day it's something.
outlawing magic, like the only people who will do it are criminals. So
Got tons of criminal syndicates, weird, tales about stuff under the kingdom, and now this, along with murders.
yeah.
Some of which you've
I'm-
committed.
So if we assume, wait a second, how long ago was that last murder?
About a day ago.
And this blood from a day ago.
Yeah, but this isn't that blood. That person was stabbed to death. We didn't.
That's
there
a
was-
knife. That's a dagger.
Yes, but they weren't poisoned to death. We did an autopsy.
But they might have been poisoned. No. But it.
What if they
I
were
just thought,
weakened from the
there you go,
poison? Rather, they didn't die to the poison.
Maybe they needed their blood to mix with the poison.
Hey guys,
Um,
shouldn't we finish looking around this house and
Yeah,
maybe have all these conversations somewhere where we don't have to worry about somebody walking in on us?
That sounds like a great idea.
That's a good idea.
Strife will
Might
take
be a
all the-
good idea.
Strife will take all the current things.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, the gold pouches.
No, I meant the things relating to
Yeah.
mask, cloak, vial, knife.
Yeah.
Put them all
Okay.
in his bag, kind of in
Yep.
pockets.
The dagger, empty vial, strange mask, and cloak.
Does the mask look like it's fit for a human face or just a humanoid?
Yeah, for humanoid.
Out of curiosity, what color is the cloak?
Black.
Classic gold colors.
And this is an elven woman?
You don't know, you haven't met them. You just heard about them.
Question: How much
Just the
gold
description.
did y'all find? Any gold upstairs? Because we found these 3 pouches.
Nope, no gold.
Oh god, thanks for letting me in on that.
Looks over at Dunkel.
He looks to you.
I wonder why they had 3 separate pouches
I
in the
just-
same hiding
I
spot.
pat Dunkel down.
Okay, sleight of hand against
I
investigation.
will also help pat him down.
Okay,
to
so-
actively hide
I
what we
showed
found.
you it's
I-
Stripe!
No,
You're
listen, you
hindering
didn't hear
him.
me, you didn't hear me. I'm gonna also pat you down, but if I find it, I'm hiding it further on you.
Oh,
So
So,
you're giving him
sleight
advantage or
of
me
hand,
disadvantage?
yes. So sleight of hand with advantage, and just normal investigation. Oh shit!
You got a DC 20 there, buddy. Come on.
Luckily, I have proficiency with
Oh,
sleight
no
of hand.
way!
Beats it,
Beats
beats
it,
it.
right? No, I'm.
No, it's a contest.
It's for
Yeah.
me.
I have a question about that. Who set the DC? Because whoever meets it beats it.
I mean, I like a
You're-
contest. Go ahead and roll
Well,
again.
We're both rivaling
Again,
each other,
right.
though.
Yeah, Dunkel's out of this.
Wait, why are you rolling, Dunkel?
Just
No
because.
way.
Dunkel's the reason Strife is
Wait, do I
defending.
still have advantage?
Wait,
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
Duncan
wait, no,
rolled
no.
with
Strife
advantage.
giving
wait,
Dunkel
Strife
advantage.
rolled. Strife rolled.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Strife
Dunkel.
giving
Strife rolled an
Dunkel
advantage.
advantage.
Okay.
And Dunkel rolled.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
just
Oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah, it was
I don't know.
Dunkel. You're helping him. He's trying to, keep it away from Thaddeus.
Right.
Just let Strife roll again for the sake of it. Let
Do I
him
know
roll
Yeah.
roll
with
normally
advantage.
this time, or
Yeah,
do I still
but
roll with
listen
advantage?
for the next time, please.
Yeah, roll with advantage, Strife. You'll beat
Alright.
a 9, surely.
Okay, so
D7.
as you begin to pat Dunkel down, you make eye contact with Dunkel, Scarf, or Scarf makes eye contact with Snurf, and
Snurf.
you see him like roll his eyes to the right and just ever so gently move his head to the right, and then you realize that the side that Thaddeus is searching for, that's where the pouch is, and so you go ahead and you like trace your fingers around Dunkel's like waist, I guess. Around the backpack, and then you like grab the pouch with 2 fingers and you just slip it around and you put it between his back and the backpack, and Thaddeus literally a moment later puts his hand in the pocket where the pouch was, but nothing's to be found.
Huh.
Do you guys
I
just
guess
want
he
me to
doesn't
make
have
this
anything.
simpler?
No,
I
nothing.
mean, we already
Yeah.
checked. He doesn't have anything.
I can make this a lot simpler.
Don't worry about it.
Dunkel,
Mm,
did you find any gold?
nope.
Make a deception check.
Actually, how can I know if I didn't see?
Dude, we just searched him. He doesn't have anything. Can I give him advantage?
No, because here's the main
Mm.
question: how do I know if I have gold if I didn't check if I had gold in
Well,
that
he
That's
pouch?
asked
true.
you if you found it.
But-
Oh god.
He didn't
Like, it
ask
could
the
be
right
copper Pieces,
question.
it could be silver pieces. Like,
Okay,
I'll
go
I'll
ahead
just
and
throw
roll
an insight check.
advantage.
You do with that whatever you want, DM.
I feel like deception doesn't just involve straight up lying, but also misleading.
okay.
I mean,
Well,
it's
Strife
easier
is
to
still
lie when
assisting
you're.
me.
Can I assist him, saying like?
I mean,
bro,
he's already got
Thaddeus
advantage
just-
because, yeah,
Right,
it's
yeah.
just funny the way he put it. Not enough.
Yay.
You know that Danko is lying. He may not have gold.
Dunkel,
Mm,
I'm gonna ask you again. And I'm gonna tell you that I can tell if you are lying. Now,
mm,
how many bags of gold did you find?
0.
Guys, I think we should investigate this later. I think we should follow
Let's
Eve's
do
advice.
this.
Either way.
Yeah,
Yes, we should
Eve is
leave and
right.
drop the topic.
Let's head on back to the tavern.
I'm gonna point at Dunkel. This isn't over.
Like,
This is the first time I've caught Dunkel in a lie.
Join the club.
I'm carrying the 3 gold pouches for now.
shouldn't it be Strife since it's he should go if those 2 the debtor? I mean Scarf.
Out of character.
I'm carrying the 3 we
Did
found
we
downstairs.
we found 3 downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There's a 4th, but we only know about 3.
Correct.
So
Before
I don't mind if they see this, but Dunkel's gonna put up his hoodie to go invisible before exiting out. Whenever the opportunity arises, he's check the bag and take out the money.
Very well. So you unlock the door and you begin to make your way out. No one's to be seen outside waiting or approaching the house. What's your next move then?
Alrighty.
Right, because you were
Just back
leaving.
to the
Sorry,
tavern.
because yeah, you were leaving.
Just back to the tavern.
Yeah, we're leaving.
Okay. So what's your heading?
Tavern, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way to the tavern then. Slowly. You
Actually, I want to do something.
okay.
As we're leaving, as soon as we're 120 feet away from the front yard, I am gonna subtly cast Fog Cloud in front of the house.
Ooh.
Okay. Can you
That
drop
should be
a spell
enough to
card?
draw the. Huh?
Can you drop a spell card? If you have it, of course. Okay. What's the purpose of that?
That should be more.
You're cutting out, my friend.
Yeah.
I think he's talking to Eve. They are trying to
Roll
discuss.
20's cutting. Roll,
Okay.
roll
I'm
20's
trying to
lagging
figure
bad,
out how
too.
to link it. For some reason, it's not.
Roll 20's going bad. For me, at least.
Again.
I'm just gonna reload it.
Okay, so while he's
I
trying to
guess-
find out,
Before that, on the way there,
I'm-
Dunkel, I'm gonna say you owe me.
Yes, I should
It
give you
cr-
half of what's
it
inside this bag.
Basically, creates a 20-foot radius fog cloud
How do you feel about that scarf?
at a destination range of 120 feet. Using subtle spell, I can do it without any verbal or somatic components.
okay,
I'd
and
rather have
does
your
it
help with
dispel
something
when
else.
you leave the range, or
Nope.
okay? How long does it last?
Should last for, I think, 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
So-
trying to reload my roll 20, and it's all kinds of stuck.
It might be dying again, just like last week. Very well. So a cloud of fog appears before the house entrance, seemingly out of nowhere. And as you left the house, would you like to tell me, did you take things with you? Did you leave the house in disarray? How did you go about that?
We would probably clean it up, right?
Yeah.
Learns
I was cleaning as I went with Dunkel, and I only took the items relating to what was under the floorboard.
And
Okay.
can we
And the
relock the
letter.
door on our way out?
Dernst was very meticulously putting everything back like exactly how it was.
Okay.
Dunkel was just making trash of a mess.
Okay. So you're cleaning while he's messing the place up.
He was.
Okay, so you take the mask, you take the dagger, you take the vial, and you take the letter, yeah?
Yeah.
And the gold.
And all the
And
gold and all.
yeah. Okay, I mean...
Okay, it's been linked a ridiculous amount of times on my side.
Wow.
So, how about
Oh
I give
yeah,
you
yeah.
half scarf?
Yep.
Say again, Dunkel?
How about I give you half of inside the bag?
I'd rather have your help with something else.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, it actually lasts for 1 hour.
Very well.
Concentration up to an hour.
Yeah. So
If you choose to concentrate for it for an hour, then sure. Okay, yeah, I
That-
can tell that.
And you know what? I'm going to actually spend a 3rd level spell slot to increase the radius from 20 feet to 60 feet.
Why?
Okay.
what is the point of this?
Draw the guards over there.
By the way, you wanted to lock the door. You have to use the Festus to lock the door back. Is
I'm
anyone
gonna
gonna do
ask-
it?
Dunkel?
I'll give it a try.
I mean, I could since I'm the one. Yeah, you can try.
Since saying, oh my god,
My dice hate me.
and you don't give me enough time to give you guidance ever.
Sorry.
Okay, you
Sorry.
go ahead and attempt to lock it, and there is something happening within the lock, and by the end of your attempt, the door cannot be opened no longer, so take it as take it as it is.
Call that
At
a
least it won't
victory.
open.
Call it a victory.
Dunkel.
I might have broke it and made it impossible to open even with the key. Who knows?
Well,
That's not our problem. They'll know we've been there anyway.
Okay, with that said, you begin to make your way, and for the convenience of the travel, you've gone onto the horse train. And you've gone around and then got out on the station over to the west side. And then you can head towards the inn.
Yep.
Do we want to talk in an open bar, or would we rather retire to a room?
Well, we need to stop by there anyway. And I've got a okay size.
That is his room. He's got a very fancy room.
Very big
I
at
was
that.
Yes.
you've been in there.
Yes, I went in through the window.
Why? Why did?
I had a question and it seems faster.
One of the
Why not?
first nights that we stayed there.
Isn't it? Thaddeus isn't even here. Why would we go into his room right now?
What? I thought Thaddeus was there. Am I confused?
I mean, it's been an hour, certainly.
All
It is Thaddeus again.
It is Thaddeus. All right.
Yeah, I would say
Oh,
like
yeah,
10 minutes
no,
after you left the house.
Damn,
You...
IRL, Milan just had a lack of perception there. I didn't catch what you were meaning.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
drive the counter and point over to essentially a brown paper bag with your name on it that's tied off on the top.
Wait, is this for me?
It's got your name on it.
Well, as you go and grab it, because you've been disguised, mind you,
Yeah.
the barkeep goes, "Hey, sorry, this is not for you, my friend. There's another Leonine taking shelter within our abode, but
Okay. I'll go let him know that he needs it.
very well. If you're a friend of his,
I mean, he'd probably feel better picking it up himself.
surely."
Okay, so Dunkel, you're gonna have to go steal that package.
And the sky.
You come back to the table, right?
Yeah.
What? Any? Why didn't you just? We're really quite bad at this, you know.
It's the
Better.
package for
What?
Strife, this is Scarf.
Even if you're trying to get the package, there's easier ways to do it than just
Well,
people around me
no,
are so disappointing.
No, trust me. There's a reason other than not wanting to give away my identity.
Also,
Oh, he's just full out like, these people can't even properly steal something.
and you can't properly gift something.
I left it there for him.
How about you just grab it and then give it to him?
Whatever. Head over to the bar, and just pick it up, giving the bartender a nod.
Hey, wait, you can't get that. That's not for you, my friend.
I'm the one who made it and was gifting it.
Oh, give me 1 sec. Hey, miss! And you hear him call out to the owner lady, and she peeks from behind the, like the kitchen area. Yeah? This guy says that he brought this thing on the table here. Is that true? Ah, yeah, that was him. Go ahead and you can take it back. There we
Bring it
go.
over and set it in front of Scarf. There you go. You wanted it.
Yeah, I was just hoping I can get the. Never mind. Strife will open it up though.
You'll find 1 alchemist fire inside there.
Neat.
Other one's still cooking. Takes a little bit of time.
And the potions.
Take even more time.
Those are fun to make.
Potions will take a full day, each of not doing anything else.
I would know. So wait, why are we here?
Oh
That should
yes. I'll
Grab
pull out
his
the
throat.
three. Pull out the 3 gold pouches, or the 3 pouches. Untie them and put them in a little pile and start separating it out into 4 piles.
Okay, first of all, where are you gathering? Just in the bar area, or are you going...
I suggest a more private place, like Thaddeus's room.
You see, that would
Yeah.
be nice if we weren't all disguised.
There's my home.
Yeah, how do I unbleach my hair?
We use hair dye, man.
I see.
Give it 2 days, 6 weeks. Scarf.
Scarf is gonna stay a scarf for like 3 days.
But yes, if we need somewhere more private, there is my home.
Is everyone okay with that?
I'm good with that.
All right, let's get this moving. I can't keep up the accent.
Transition scene.
Transition over to Durham's house.
transition.
So, because you guys have not seen it yet, I get to do a little bit of describing.
You do.
It is a very simple house with like a small porch. On the smaller side, but it's also very compact with its spacing. So like, once you guys get inside, you can see like the hallways are kind of thinner. So it might be like Strife, you probably only have like 4 inches on either side of space to walk. And you're starting to brush the top of the ceiling with your head.
Alright, just walking with its head cocked a little forward as not to do that.
Takes you to a nice little dining room. Quotations.
Wow, such a very big place.
I know, I quite like it. And get into like a room with a table. With generic chairs. Yeah, pull out the 3 pouches of money and put them out into a big pile and start separating it into 4 piles.
Hey.
Why 4?
The 4 people that assisted in the
3
job.
3 pouches.
3 pouches into 4 piles.
Yes, but isn't the money for the debtor that works for.
Yep.
I thought you would hire to bring the person the gold as well?
Is it both the money and the person's strife?
I think it's really just what they owed, but finding them and asking them some questions sounds nice.
In that case, it might not be the best idea to upset Hans like that. So I'll start putting it back into the one bigger pouch.
Yes, it would be quite unfortunate for us to both ask them to pay a debt and then steal all their money.
I mean, we could just say it wasn't there.
Hans is not the kind of person you lie to like that.
Alright, we'll play.
I think I'm gonna get along with Hans.
No, you will not.
Hans sounds like a very nice man.
I think Hans might enjoy somebody who is of a truthful persuasion.
Yeah, but
He'll
you're
find you
also
interesting to say the
pretty
least. Yes. Out of curiosity, how much gold is there? Or
Okay.
money?
So you find 74 silver pieces in the first, 143 gold pieces in the second, and 24 silver pieces in the third.
Cool. Putting it all in the pouches. All in one big pouch should take the...
Can I ask you to repeat that a little bit slower?
So 74 in the first one, so 74 silver pieces in the first one, 143 gold pieces in the second, and 24 silver pieces in the third.
Okay.
Thank you.
The two of them were pretty much just change.
You said 24 silver pieces in the last one?
Yes.
Okay.
And Stripe, would you like to hold on to the money to be giving to Hans, or...
Sure.
I'll hand over the pouch with all of it.
All right.
So, 152 gold piece.
You think Hans would know anything about the occult? I mean, we're only a block away.
I mean, we could always ask.
There is no issue in asking.
Well,
Dang.
we should keep things moving along.
He
I
may
have-
not appreciate new guests, though. Those he don't know.
Forgive me for forgetting, but what was the name of the person we met the other night? Down below.
Oh, my friend?
Yes.
Vander.
Van. Van or
I
Von,
was
however
drunk.
you wish. Call him Vanfear and he will cut you.
Alright.
It's another power word.
We do not speak of the power words, Dunkel.
That word only has the power to get the wielder cut.
It feels...
Most power words have that ability.
When power words have a reverse effect.
It feels strange but nostalgic looking like this, by the way. Kind of looks over at Strife for a moment.
So, did we have any more business to attend to in the safety of someone's home, or do we wish to figure out, well, who knows more about this occult shit? Or about the murders, or anything of that sort?
There is almost too many things going on at once.
Yeah.
They're all related.
There's a lot of things going on at once, and I have a strange feeling that there's a chance that it may be connected, but I have no proof.
So how about this? We feel like we're, well, at least I personally feel like we're starting to lose a grasp on what's going on around us. Let's create a plan of attack. What do you want to do today, tomorrow? We can worry about the next day after that.
Blow up the city. Oh, what?
What?
All right. So
What happened?
I'm gonna lay out what I feel. Well, what I plan to do that involves myself. I was figuring myself and Scarf or Strife, which is preferable.
Just Scarf while I look like this, I guess.
Alrighty. So myself and Scarf could head over to his employer and discuss with them what we found and ask some questions. What the fuck was that?
What was that?
I was building a time bomb.
Clock ticking.
That was a sign from God that may not be a good idea.
Damn.
And perhaps then, tomorrow, hopefully Van will have gotten back to me on a possible mark for myself. Get some more gold in my pocket to resupply myself.
How about Thaddeus?
In the meantime, we also still have that card shop.
Is Thaddeus here?
investigating.
Yeah.
Oh, Thaddeus,
You need something?
would you mind coming with me to the guild? We can do a
Sure.
little bit of like research there.
You want to go to the guild for research?
Yes,
Isn't that the sort of thing you do at the library?
this is not the type of research that requires a library.
Sure. Lead the way.
My plan of attack is to socialize with some of the adventurers at the
Sorry, you want to socialize and you bring me.
Socialize? Yes, you are the very
Why not
persuasive
try
person.
to ask me or Eve?
Sure?
He's got
Very
the
Realize
persuasive.
that I
guy.
have
Oh
the
yeah, Ash.
modifier.
Why not?
Hi, hello.
I was gonna say, me and Ash have the highest like
I
charisma
forgot.
out of
I
everybody.
just want to
forgot.
make sure that you're aware that my persuasion is 0.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
like-
persuasive man.
Very persuasive.
While my charisma may not be
My
wonderfully high.
persuasion is 8.
Same.
How about half of the party comes to the adventuring guild?
I'm gonna go to the library. You guys have fun.
Ooh, library?
I
I
just
feel
need
like
to.
I'm better suited elsewhere.
I just need to socialize with a couple adventurers, get some information, check out
Oh.
some of the missions that are on their boards to see exactly what people are looking for and all that stuff.
You know, it'd be a great idea if me and Dunkel went to go socialize and Ash and Eve went to go read books.
Yeah. All right. I heard socialize. I'm very happy to make a couple friends.
Yes, with a -1.
Not every idea is a gold one.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's a Dunkel's idea.
Dunkel Blick's ideas.
Since we're all
go.
splitting up to do some small bits of investigation, I'd like to go to that card shop. Because that's where Van said we'd most likely be able to find that symbol on the bolt.
That is true.
That is a good idea.
Oh,
That is a very good idea.
And I'd like to
Actually-
request a bolt from Strife or Scarf. Because I believe you were the last to hold it. To have it in their possession.
I want to do 2 things, actually. One, I want to go to the library, but before that, I just want to look for tools.
Are we
Tools.
talking tattoo?
Yeah,
Figured. Okay,
just might as well have them.
okay,
This
so,
is gonna sound like a really awkward thing to bring up at this time, but does anyone know where my wallet is? I kind of woke up and couldn't find it this morning.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really remember much of yesterday, to be honest.
How
And
do you lose a wallet?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind when somebody loses their wallet is, of course, theft.
Why
We
not
were-
losing it in normal way? Just. Are you sure you didn't leave it at the bar you were at or something?
I was at a bar?
I don't know. I don't know what you.
That
were
I
doing
remember.
last night.
Yeah, you downed quite a few drinks while we were
Oh,
underground.
you.
Well, we were kind of in a sketchy place. You might have gotten pickpocketed.
Fuck you, Dunk.
You would not have gotten pickpocketed down there.
Really?
No.
Hmm.
There may all be thieves and murderers and such, but
Are you saying that they have morals?
more mutual
There's
understanding.
honor amongst thieves.
No,
Yeah,
there is-
right. Like
there
we
is
just
no
showed
honor. There is just no honor. There is merely a mutual understanding that if they start causing problems, they will get murdered.
That kind of makes sense, actually.
I mean, they won't get murdered if they're not caught.
True.
In a place like
I-
that, you
I
are
don't-
bound to get caught eventually.
I just mainly ask because, I kinda need that money to eat.
That is a problem.
I could hand you some money.
IRL, I'm just staring down Dunkel like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, if you
Out-
ever
out
need
of
money,
game.
you can ask Dunkel. Seem to have an infinite amount of it.
What do you mean?
I mean, worst case scenario, we could maybe collect the money that we gambled.
Yeah,
True, we could go back there and ask if they have their money yet.
Oh, that place, yes.
Although,
out of game. Also, we are in private space where identify could be cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you wish to do such a thing, now would be a good time.
Sorry, what?
Identify last session you had the battle of pain that you lost heavily with the eye on
Yeah, he's talking about the tattoo.
Oh, yeah!
that you tried to identify, and now we are in a place where you could do that.
That you've been, like, shut off away from it. Then you got damaged.
But it is up to you.
I'm gonna get something to drink real quick while y'all do your things.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that now.
alright.
Let's do it.
Only if you want to, man.
Okay, so you
I want to have a giggle.
begin to cast Identify ritually. And go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. With disadvantage.
Plus,
Oh my god, man.
I told you I
Damn,
wanted
that's
a
rough.
giggle.
yeah, even with a +5. Sorry, mate, not able to help you much there.
Do you want to roll again?
Why are you
Yeah, let's do it
touching
again.
my hand?
Let's
no,
just
I'm
give
saying
it a
because it's
damage.
disadvantage.
I rolled a net one, Passion. There's no changing.
Well,
that.
yeah, but I thought it would be funny. I could deal double the damage if you rolled second that one.
Yeah, sure. Here comes the nat 20 that's just gonna be used up here. Oh,
Close enough.
Let me also cast Bless on you whilst you're rounding it off, just to be really sure.
You could
Well,
just
hold
get a
on.
9 on a roll.
We're going off of a lot of why the fuck are you touching my hand?
Well, I assume we'd remove gloves.
Like,
Oh,
calm
yeah,
down.
while you were drunk off your ass, your tattoo on your arm, your hand,
Oh
saw
yeah,
it.
you were itching. Apparently.
you're scratching at it.
Passion,
Alright.
has my arm been itchy all day?
Nothing that keeps your mind on it, but when you concentrate on it, you realize that it does itch slightly.
Damn, it's like a phantom itch. Why'd you have to mention it? I must have been quite inebriated yesterday, and I'm assuming that's where all my gold went.
You probably did some bad things, huh?
All right, let's go one more time, and then we'll just call it there.
Can
So you have
Dunko
bless.
assist him in some way?
That's not one.
No!
Great.
Oh my god.
No! Another
Roll a
nat one!
d4, because this is with a +5 as well.
The reason
It's a
why I
nat
wanted
one.
to
Give me
assist
the
him was
damage.
because I could give him a luck point.
I don't know why I'm not just rolling it in. Okay, 2 this time.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Let's round it for 3, and see how bad it could possibly go.
I wanted to give you a luck point!
May
Oh, so
19.
+5, and what? A D4.
What did I come back to?
We're going round 3 on my hand, apparently.
But this
That's
is
a
actually round
23.
5. Yeah.
So 23.
So this time, where you were shunted away from just going in and trying to pry as to what this thing on his arm is, you immediately were met with this disgusting feeling, that repulsive emotion that just moves you away and causes you unbelievable damage within your head.
Thaddeus wasn't really into it the first 2 times. He's like,
He's
sure,
a
whatever.
masochist, we know
Let's just do
that.
this again. And the 3rd time, you got like pissed off. So he like rolled up his sleeves. He reached into Dunkel's bag, took out an injection, and just like full on like, I'm doing this. This is happening right now. I swear to God.
Don't overdose, please.
Okay, so this time you get
That's Darwinism.
you go ahead and you pry inside again, and a minute goes by. 3 minutes goes by. 6 minutes goes by. And you get to an 8th minute. And the vision of like the eye amongst this black canvas, the burning eye, appears. And you begin to hear almost like a whisper. And then you just feel this immense pain in your head that shunts you yet again. You take 7 psychic.
23 didn't make it.
Nope.
You need a nat 20, my man.
Yeah, not 20.
I want to point out of character, that I don't know what's going on here.
Maybe it's a sign that
I have a clear image of what I'm looking at, though, at least, right?
It's exactly the same thing that is on his arm, except that it's like burning in a way.
Can you describe it? Well, because Corey hasn't seen it yet, actually. So.
Blix. I would just add
It
to it at the
is a geometric-ish kind of interpretation of the Mark of Helm.
Could I roll religion or history with my background in religious?
Yeah, go ahead and roll religion check.
Okay, normal?
Yeah, normal. 16. That doesn't ring a bell.
Alrighty.
Thaddeus has like stormed out of frustration. He's going straight to the library.
Okay, very well.
Would anybody want to occupy
My purpose is to look
me?
up information on this.
Would anybody like to occupy me while going to the Adventuring Guild?
I'm coming with you.
I'd be willing to come with you.
Perfect.
Unless Strife and Durance
can come
wants
with.
somebody that may be a little bit more trustworthy in their words.
No, Durst has worked with Hans before. It should be okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then,
Ah,
Corey, you're going to where you said you were?
Yeah, that's a card shop.
Okay.
do you want any help with that?
What, going to a card shop?
I suppose you've got it. Alright.
Yeah.
Actually, Thaddeus has kind of piqued my interest. I'm gonna end up following him.
Okay. So, wherever you're going, place your tokens on the map in respective area. Okay, and the card shop is somewhere around this area, around the Church of Loris.
Oh. Of Lawrence?
So
Oh.
the place that I'm going is probably the merchant.
What the fuck? Just why are you going all the way up?
This
That's quite a
jungle
detour,
travel.
dude.
Jungle travel.
Okay, so we have Blix and Thaddeus at library. We have Tabashi,
Abashi.
Tabashi, and Danko and Eve in the guild. Oh,
Why are the Durnsts multiplying?
What?
Why are there 3 Durnsts?
are there?
I only
On my
see
screen,
one.
there's
I see only
I
one.
see 3.
There's
You
only
need to
one.
I
refresh.
see 3 as well.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like this is what it's looking like for me. I'll
Wanna see.
refresh a bit.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, no. It's good for me.
It's good. It's fine for me.
It's fine for me.
Is it just?
I reloaded and it's still there.
Ah!
Well, that's your life now. You're living with
Yeah,
the
I-
triplets.
Oh, no.
Does every time I move, does it make more?
No,
Nope.
no. It's only moving the bottom one.
They just pop up randomly.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just refreshed and I've still got 3 as well.
That's
Okay.
weird.
then.
We deal with it.
Okay,
And they're all named Durns.
I will go separately with
shout out.
all of you, depending on how far the place is. So I'm gonna take Durns and Strife first. So would you like to jump in the meeting room with me?
Sure.
Oh, boy.
Where is he? There he is.
Hello there,
Yo.
Hello there. Okay,
General Kenobi.
so you begin to make your way to Gifts and Thorns, and not far away from your house, Durnst. It takes you about maybe 5 minutes to get there, but while pushing through the crowd. And you finally find yourselves outside this building that immediately you feel the smells coming from it of like floral and like scenty perfume-like smells. And you see there's a rocking chair outside on the porch of this shop, and there's a person sat on it. And yeah, you do know what this is about, Ernst.
Is this the normal guy?
What do you mean?
That's the shopkeep, or
No, so you know this is like a inconspicuous guard person.
okay? Give him a nod and a little smile as I head in.
He recognizes you and he just nods his like cowboy hat as he does. Okay, you enter inside, and again the lady behind the counter happily greets you before she realizes that it's you, and then she just like points upstairs as she's not interested in whatever you have dealings with.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, whatever.
Head on up.
You make your way up. And actually, I can drop you on the map. But then everyone is being dropped on the map, but that's fine. Let me just check if there's... Everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? The map's changed.
I see darkness.
I know, because I have to drop your token. You should be able to see now?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, because I haven't...
no sight.
You don't... You're a human, you don't have dark vision.
No.
But there should be light.
Should be globally lit, right?
Yeah. Or, yeah, daylight mode. It is on.
I think he probably just doesn't have vision.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, the doors are still open. I haven't closed them, but that's fine. So you go ahead and you enter. And as you do, obviously you see one guy sitting in the corner, and then You see Hans sitting behind his desk and continually writing something as he lifts his head to greet you, and he just
Hello,
gives a
Hans.
gentle smile. Hi there, Snake. And Strive, was it not?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you bring me good information. Good
Yeah.
news.
Found that
In
money
my
that was owed.
in my personal workings, I came across our friend here, and working together for now,
Oh, so you
perhaps even
made
longer.
friends. Well, that's a lovely, cause hopefully our future collaboration shall bring through benefits
For us all,
for us all. Exactly. What is it then?
yes, we found a good amount of stuff. Quite interesting things, to say the least.
Please lay it down for me. As he points to the desk.
Yep. Gesture Strife because he's the one with all the stuff now.
Stuff for the gold.
Both.
I don't. Okay.
Well, I'm just gesturing for you to put something on that are up to you what I'm talking about.
You had the gold.
No, I handed you the gold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Strife will go up to the desk. Firstly, laying down the items that we found under the floorboards.
Okay. And what is this about?
So we know we were sent there to fetch money, but we're
You
just
were.
curiously, were these of any importance? And do you know what any of these are, what they mean?
He goes ahead and takes the dagger, still pointing it towards the table, and he like levers it with his
But
finger against the
yourself, that
desk,
is,
and then like spins it with the other hand. That's a fine dagger, but I do not have use of that. And then he like drops it and it just clatters to the on the desk. And then he picks up the mask. Oh, that's a lovely piece of artistry. But again, I couldn't care less for that. And he places it over the dagger.
He'll fetch those back, and then he'll pull out, and he'll ask, "How much coin was it again?"
How much did you find?
we found. Uh,
We don't
I
know how much of it was your coin and how much of it was their coin.
Well, lay it down to me. I'd have a
found
whole day.
He'll,
100.
he'll, he'll pull out all the bags that we found.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's
I
all in one
consolidated it.
bag.
Yeah, I
oh, yeah, the big
consolidated it.
bag. Yeah, I'll lay down the bag.
Okay. He goes
A little
ahead.
over 140 gold and around 98 silver.
He goes ahead and looks inside. Just picks a handful of coins as they fall through his fingers and back into the case, and they just jingle. And then he puts it back together and then sets the bag closer towards you. He stands up. You can keep it.
You sure?
I never had an interest in getting that money back. I just wanted to check if you're more trustworthy. Now that you've brought
Fair enough.
the money that was owed and some to me, I believe we can further develop our little relationship as it is. Now he's standing by the window and he's facing outside, talking to you but not facing you. How would you feel about another job? You too, Snake. I was about to ask you anyways, and then when they come back to me with the yield, as you would have it, I would then entrust the both of you the same task that I'm about to propose to you, of course, if you want it.
Depends
You
on
got
what
me
it is.
curious.
Well, I know you're fond of that kind of job, and he turns around over his shoulder, and now standing sideways, facing you and the window, depending who he's talking to, or if he's listening or talking. He turns towards you and goes, "How about you steal something for me?"
Might as
Whoa.
well be asking a fish to swim.
I knew you would be fond. You never disappoint, Snake.
Do my best.
A noble by the name of Lumifras is holding a banquet sometime next week. Is in a possession of something I would like. How about
What
you
was the name
make
again?
your Lumifras?
Can you spell that?
Yeah, of
Out of
course.
character wise, so I can put it in my notes.
Oh, yeah, I will send it to you both. He's in a possession of something I would like. Not necessarily need, I just want it. So, if you're able to make your way in, through whatever means necessary, and return it to me, I would be much grateful to you both and the rest of your party, I believe. Now, a piece of advice. They will be holding a guard duty during the banquet. I believe there's a notice board within the guild hall, and you can apply for the job there. If
Oh,
you were to take it, I believe that would make your job easier.
that is definitely one option. Oh, you do always give me the most fun jobs.
Well, I like to keep it fun for my employees.
Mhm.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have dealings to attend,
One thing, real quick though,
of course.
just as a what was the name of the guy that I did my last job for? The one that got me attacked in the street?
Let's say his name was Geruva.
Garuva.
Yes.
You know anyone named Garuva?
I do. Why would that be of concern to you, Snake?
They, they decided to be a prick about something. They hired me to do a job, and poison isn't an exact science, as you know. So, and they were heavier than I expected. So they managed to just survive. And instead of being civil about it, they decided to try and kill me.
No, I believe that was your first job with Garuva, as you seem to be unaware of his mannerisms. Even if you failed at the job, it wasn't him. Trust me on that. He would never send anyone to kill you. Well, at least, not that you would come out alive of it.
I mean, I don't think he would have if we weren't there.
If I had tried to fight them on my own without my new friends, I would have been screwed.
Well, in any case, whether helped or not, it's not the way he does things. He would deal with you inconspicuously.
At least I have knowledge that somebody's trying to put a knife in my back.
I would bet on the other person.
Well, thank you for the job and a little bit of info.
You're welcome as always. Again, if you ever need any coin, just come back to me. I'll find a job for
Always.
you.
You have any questions, Strife?
Kind of. Can you tell me a little bit more about the person that had this money?
I honestly don't know. They came to me begging for money. I did give them the loan. They didn't show up on the due date, so I sent someone to fetch it for me. Simple as that. I do not care for who they are.
Has anybody seen them?
You are asking the strangest questions, Strife. I understand you have concerns with whatever you bring to me. I believe that belonged to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep that coin and those items. I have no need for them. And
I have a feeling
I-
that this goes much deeper than a simple loan.
Whatever you
We have-
find, you can make it your own business. I do not wish to be concerned with that. I have paperwork to fill out. So
believe
if you would
forgot
know.
to mention
Strife
what
will go
are
grab
we
the coin.
stealing from Lumifrost? Forgot to
Ev-
mention it.
A ornament of
Ah.
sort. A vase of
Hmm.
exceptional value to some.
Glad to know. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
No, start heading out.
He picks up the ink pen and then just continues writing whatever he was before you interrupted him, as he would put it.
What is up with the weird wall right here?
The door is open, so it blocks the vision of the wall. That's the door that's opened.
Oh, that's weird.
Like I said, I'll grab the coin and I'll begin leaving. I'll split this with the party when we
Are you
get-
grabbing the other stuff as well? He would
Yeah,
not
I
want it on
grabbed
his
all of
desk.
it.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
fine.
thought I grabbed it.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just, I like to be in the know of everything.
Right.
Okay. Shan't you back. Okay, so you can go back. Before you do, so what's your heading then? Are you gonna go any particular place?
I think I'm just gonna head back to the tavern. My mom
Yeah.
asked me to do something, so I might be AFK for a bit.
All right.
Yeah. I'll be heading back there too.
To the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you can go and I will grab another pair.
And then
Okay.
not only that, like
We're back.
it's beautiful
Hello
wings.
there.
So this is without an angel. So it has to be in a cemetery.
Okay. How about I take Blix and Thaddeus? Come forth, my children.
Okay.
Strife is still in the meeting room.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
How can I help you, gentlemen? As you make your way to the library, any conversations you're having amongst yourselves, any conversations you might be picking up with the strangers, any conversations you might be trying to find within old texts.
I'm
I
just
am
going
trying.
into the library to find books on whatever the fuck this is. Probably like patrons, devils, demons, more like.
Okay.
I'm attempting to explain that it's just the Mark of Helm.
Which is
God?
Okay. So if that's what you're researching, are you going to assist him within whatever research he's attempting?
It's gonna prove me right in my mind, so I'll help him.
Okay, so go ahead and roll investigation with advantage.
oh my
That's rough,
fucking
buddy.
God. I'm so sick of this.
That's not 1 and a 3. Man, that's some bad luck. Yeah, so searching through the library, you managed to come across a religious bit of it, and there, following the alphabet, you find the H standing for a helm, and you find a book that is specifically in honor of the god, except that it's quite slim. There's not much information on the god, but basically everything that Blix could tell you, that they are patrons of I believe guardians, protectors, and protectee. Just his other name that he goes by is the Watcher, or the Vigilant one. And it's just generic basic information that you find. And
Is there a symbol in the book?
yes, it is, and it's very similar to what Blix's tattoo represents, except that it's not as defined as it is in the book, where it's just a staring eye on upright left gauntlet. In Blix's case, it's a bit more abstract, a bit more edges to it, a bit more flowy.
Okay, so we found a book on Helm, which is all well and good. That's not what this is. There is no way you can convince me that this is what Helm is.
It looks the exact same.
It looks similar, it doesn't look the exact same. In my mind,
Look, you draw
there
you,
is
you draw the
two
same 5
eyes.
million times.
There are two eyes in any being aside from like a Cyclops or a Nothic, right? This is like one eye of two. What is this other eye? I'm looking for that. So we have a book on Helm. I want to look for books of fallen gods or brands and curses or something.
Okay, I will say this because you already rolled and it was quite a low roll. Being frustrated as you are, you begin to rummage through the library's stocks and shelves, and you seem to not be able to find anything of valuable information to you in what you're searching. You're on a right track, but it's not the time. You've probably maybe the mental and pain and exhaustion gets to you in this moment. But yeah, I would say that you don't manage to find anything except the Book of Helm with a 10.
You and your fucking brand has caused me no end of pain.
It's a mark of Helm.
It's a brand of not Helm.
Look, I studied at a church. They helped me identify it as a mark of Helm.
Trust me, no one will tell you the correct answer with identify. That was the closest I've gotten, and it kicked me out anyway.
Okay, how about this? In our travels, we'll both keep looking into this. You from a more pessimistic perspective, and me from a more optimistic perspective.
Yeah, I'm not done with that. It'll be another day. Probably tomorrow, and the day after that, I will empty this library. I'll read children's books if I have to.
Well, I'd ask you if you're satisfied, but I've got a strange feeling that even if I gave you the answer plain as day, I don't think you would be satisfied.
I don't even think you know the answer.
It's called faith.
Faith is just blindly accepting something without the truth. I could have faith
I like
in a
to think of it
demon.
as I like to think of it as believing in something greater than yourself.
Nothing is greater than me. I just haven't had enough time yet. So, passion.
Yes.
This check, is it for in total? So no matter what I look into,
Yeah, that's
nothing
it
will
for
really
the
come up.
day.
All right. I can't look into something else.
No, I would, yeah, I'm sorry. I would say that you have to wait for another time.
All right. Well, with the I don't know, hours, 2 hours, whatever of time that we spent here, clearly getting nowhere. Thaddeus is just gonna storm off.
Heading.
I'm just gonna look for tools.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception or investigation, however you want.
I'll follow him, and if he doesn't seem to find him right away, I'm gonna try to use my persuasion to ask for directions.
Okay. So
Can I have Oswald look around while I check out like I don't know, the
yeah,
surrounding
sure.
area?
So he can, yeah. So you get advantage, or he just rolls. He has advantage anyway.
You said investigation. Let's see that
Well,
this number is better.
15.
Oh, look at that.
There's about what you needed. You go around the market just on the plaza as the closest place of many goods that can be purchased and of all sorts of kinds. And you begin to rummage through some stalls, and one comes up to you where you find a guy that sells like paintings as well as like all kinds of artistry, like knitting. What's the other one of knitting?
Knitting and weaving?
There's another one that's a fancy knitting or whatever. Why do I forget the
Crocheting.
crochet? There we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so you find the guy that deals with that, and when you ask him about the tools, he says that he has some at the back, and he goes and grab them. And now, what is the price of them?
I don't know. It's like 50 gold in that link I sent you. Because I don't think they're in
In the
the
standard
handbook.
one. I don't think. But yeah, okay, so let's say that he wants 52 gold pieces for it.
Yeah, sure. I'll cough it up. Just to get it out of the way.
So you have yourself a...
Oh, sorry, it's 70 gold.
Okay, so add 2 to that, 72.
Yeah, all of my gold is gone, and that is 1 additional platinum. Well,
You need some job,
62
man.
gold and 1 platinum. Yeah, trust me, I know.
Wait, are we now the broke bitches of the party?
Yeah, you are.
I
We're
mean,
giving Dunko all the money.
I still have 310 gold worth of platinum.
Never mind, I'm the broke bitch of the party.
But it cost me a platinum a night, so I can only stay for so much longer.
Yeah, same. I paid for all the rooms, and there is a little bit of a timeline on when we will get kicked out.
Oh, Wes, speaking of, how much did you pay? I think you paid like 3 nights in advance?
I gave her 20 gold, if I'm correct.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, so 1 gold piece per night for the smaller room.
And that was for the entire news side of the party.
Yeah. So you're paying... Wait, no. Did I say 1 gold piece or did I say...
I didn't ask how much. I just put 20 gold down and asked for
fuck, I'm just
rooms
gonna
for...
go with what it says on the thingy. So with 20 gold for 7 people? Because Thaddeus is paying himself.
Not for Thaddeus. I had rented the rooms, from what I understand, for Eve and Corey.
Oh, okay. So 20 divided...
And the time Arilo was in the barn.
being brain dead. 0.8. Okay, so 8 nights in total you can pay for, with some residue. So let's say 9, because you paid in advance. You get 9 nights for all of you.
Okay, and it's been about like 4 days.
Yeah. We have 5 more nights.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a job and get actually paid within the next 5 days.
Well, convenient for you, because some of the other guys may have been offered one.
We'll see.
Okay, so how about we finish here? Because unless you have any other things.
Nope, I'm broke.
Okay, so you can go back, and I will grab the 3 of them.
Just remember them
Hey.
each other for basically
Yeah.
no good reason except our dads
It's
didn't
because
like each
like
other.
religion reasons, gnomes
Oh, yeah.
tend to take away their possessions in the Underdark.
Okay, can I have Butter, Ash, and Eve as the 3 that went to the guild?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am here.
Okay.
Wow,
You approach the familiar
There we go.
familiar stairs of the building of the Merchant and Guild Hall. What is it that you're trying to do here?
Guys, hear me out. Do not say my name. And he. Oh, wait, he doesn't even recognize
would you
Ash.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. So
And
he
I look
wouldn't
like a
even
high
suggest
elf with dark
this.
curly hair. So
So, we are here to investigate a little bit about this city and see a bit more insight from the adventurers and what types of guild missions they are obtaining. I feel as if this could help us out in just common street knowledge.
You said you have history here.
How do you know that?
It's me. Is that Ash? Hello?
Oh, hi, Ash.
I looked like this in the Underdark. Do you not
I
remember?
absolutely forgot.
Hi.
The Underdark is like a back storage memory.
A lot happened, yes.
And yep, a lot did happen. Yes, please do not say my name, Ash.
Okay. It is my power word.
how the turns have tabled.
How the turns have tabled.
He looks at you with sort of like a confusion, but then he realizes, like, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's venture off and see what we can find.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pull up some information.
Wait.
Okay. Okay, so you go ahead and you enter inside. Busy as usual, as merchants and others of value to this place come around, and whether they deliver the goods, whether they gather another trade contracts to fulfill within the coming days, or to be delivering goods from here to somewhere else. There's plenty of people queued before the desks, and then the dining area to the left is still filled with some other people that may be waiting, and they are having like a tea or dirty bean water.
Do they have a guild board?
Yes, on the right side. So on the left side you have the dining area for the people that are waiting in the queues and such, and then like a bar. That's what I would describe it as. And then to the right, at the very end of the wall, there is a notice board of like whatever is important.
So, I would suggest we check out the notice board first, and then start conversating with other people or eavesdrop, whichever one you would like to do.
That sounds like a good plan. What is your favorite approach, Eve?
I mean, I'm not so great with the sneaky stuff. So,
Okay.
but I'm pretty good at talking to people.
Well, then in that case, let's look at the board and use those as conversation starters.
Wait a minute. You're Eve?
Yes, I am.
Dunkel looks very confused. I'm very confused right now.
Dunkel, this is how I've always looked. What are you talking about?
Hmm,
Hmm.
fine.
Fine.
Let's confuse the Dunkel.
Confuse the Dunkel.
Dunkel is very confused.
Dunkel. The best game in all of the land. Confuse
Yeah.
the Dunkel.
Heck yeah. All
Well,
right.
you do your own thing. I'm just gonna go to this notice board.
Hey, well, we'll check out the notice board too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Okay, I guess follow me.
All right. We follow the Dunkel. Hopefully to torment him just a little bit more.
What do we find on the notice board?
Give me just a second, because I'm making a note so that I don't forget it later, and then I'm gonna roleplay with it.
Was this unprecedented passion?
Nah, I'm mostly prepared for it, but I'm just making notes so I don't forget them for the future.
Understood.
Okay, so you begin to approach a notice board, and as you do, you notice there's only one person standing in front of it currently. It's a half-orc, currently wearing like brown, red, and black robes with armor on top of them, like a cape flowing from his shoulders. And you see over his shoulder there's a shield that has a insignia on it, and the insignia looks like a flaming torch grasped by a hand in a cheering motion, and that's the insignia on the shield. And then you can see there's a blade that pokes just from behind the cape to the left of him, and he's currently just observing the notice board. But as you walk up and check the notice board yourselves, you find there's 3 advertisements or like notices for job for you. So I will copy and paste it, and I will paste it in the in-game chat. Is that fine, or do you want it to be separate so that you can share it later?
I mean, I don't care
I don't
either
mind.
way. It works for me.
Yeah.
It works.
I wasn't planning on keeping any of this secret anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me take a
Yeah.
screenshot. I like screenshots better.
All right.
Excuse me, fine sir. Trying to check out the notice board.
Oh, pardon me. I'll scoot over right here. And he like steps aside to give you space.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Is there anything exciting on the board at the moment?
Pleasure to meet you too, and not for me, not currently. And I have a job already prepared for myself and my crew. I will be heading
how-
out soon.
What are you planning on doing, just so that we don't accidentally?
He still checks the board out, but then he finishes and like he gives a moment of silence before he answers, and then he takes a step towards you and makes eye contact with you. Hello, fairy friend. Well, with the current ongoings within the city, unprecedented and horrible happenings, wouldn't you say?
Very much so.
Very much so.
I've been hearing whispers on the winds of a cult.
Of a cult? No, that's the
Yes.
first I hear about. Would you like to
It-
say more
It's
to me if you don't
unsettling.
mind?
First of all, what is the symbol on your shield? Are you a cleric?
Oh, I am not a cleric, I am a fighter. I belong to the guild of the Roar of the Hopeful.
The horror for the hopeful. Could you tell me more?
Yes, of course. We pride ourselves in the dignity and approach to our work wherever we go. I belong to the main party of it as a main individual. Well, some would call me a leader, and he like stands up and like puts his fist on his chest, on the chest plate, and like taps it, and you can see him being very proud of it. But anyway, so yes, we generally deal with errands that take place within the city or around it. Currently, like I mentioned, the situation calls for additional hands for the guards. We've been hired to patrol the city in certain areas or play as a role of observers on the walls themselves.
I see.
Have there been any areas that they're like particularly wanting you to guard a little further?
Well,
Or areas that they don't want you to be at.
who said that?
I
I'm
did.
s-
I'm saying, have there been any areas?
Your voice sounded kind of funny there for a second. Oh, let it slip, nevertheless.
Is Dunkel invisible?
Well, do you have your? I thought you had your thing on because you said you always have it on.
It is the middle of the day. He actually does have it on.
Oh, God. Sorry about that. That was me. Hairball.
Are you okay? Do you need a water skin, my friend? I do not want you to go around with a dry throat. It's very bad for your vocal cords.
That would be very kind of you.
Oh, here you go. And he
I-
reaches behind him and gives you his water skin. And it has the same insignia branded onto the skin itself.
One moment.
I may have added a little something inside there, so don't be surprised. I like to keep it, on the stiff side, but not too stiff.
Give me some.
Do you hand it to him? Do I, like, go, on the side?
Some of it, and then I hand it up.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Oh, no.
Okay, Dunkel rolls sleight of hand.
You have to beat only a 5. There's no way that.
Oh, I already beat it then.
Yay!
Because I have a +6.
Okay. Both of you managed to get it, and so you like cover Danko as he stands behind you. You pretend to like just lower it for a second, and then Danko drinks it, and you get that. Sorry, it's mostly water, but he's added some kind of liquor to it to dilute it. But anyway, so Danko passes you back the water skin, then you pick it up. You have another
Horrible.
small swig, and then
Yeah, and pass it back.
he grabs
Disgusting.
it. Well,
Very much. Hey!
hmm.
Oh,
Whoa, too strong for you, friend. And
a
he puts it
little
back.
bit, I'm afraid, but it did fix my voice. Thank you.
Well, I'm very
Thank you,
glad
thank
for
you.
that. In any case, what are you looking for? And he like turns over your shoulder and looks at Eve. Anything in particular?
I mean, we're also looking into the mysterious deaths around the city. So
How are you
we
now?
were just hoping to know if there was anything. Maybe, obviously, you don't have to tell us if it's confidential for the guards. But we were wondering if maybe there's some areas of interest in particular that the guards are keeping an extra close eye on.
Hold up.
Okay, here, roll a persuasion for me.
I wanted
what
to
is his
roll
name?
an insight to see his tone. Because
Okay.
when he said, really? I was like, what?
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation.
No, insight.
Insights, that's what I meant. Persuasion, 19, very well, okay. And
Ooh,
insight,
buddy.
he meant it.
Mm.
With the 19, he eyes you and replies with, It is a bit concerning, the situation going on within the city, but nevertheless, we try our best, as we do. Mind if I ask if you belong to any guild in particular yourselves?
Can Dunkel do a sleight of hand real quick?
To do what?
To hand a staff.
I believe Thaddeus has it.
Thaddeus has it? I thought I had
You
it.
handed it to him, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he gave it back.
Did he?
Out of game. We don't belong to any of the guilds, do we?
You do not. You may have picked
Okay.
up worked with them before.
We have
Okay.
worked with the merchants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But that's
we've
from
we've
the fall
worked
side.
with we've worked with some of the guilds, but we don't belong to any particular guild.
Oh, I see.
Not-
Just earning some
yet, at least.
gold as you are. I see.
And
Well,
trying to keep the city safe, and
if
obviously just killing random people around the city is not good.
well, certainly
So
not. There are better ways of going about conflicts. With that said, I see you're
agreed.
inspiring adventurers, and I admire that. I was once just like you. And
Any
Did you take an
so,
arrow to the knee?
Oh.
well, I didn't take an arrow to the knee, but I had my fair share of beats and bruises done to me. In any case,
Well, maybe sometime we could trade some stories.
oh, I would love that, my dear. And your name is?
Eve.
Eve. And he steps forward and like reaches his hand to grasp yours.
I offer mine to shake his hand.
Okay, and he does shake it, but then like puts it closer to his mouth and gives a gentle kiss, and then looks you deep in the eyes with his masculine greenish face of the half ogre man that he is, half orc man, not ogre, orc man that he is, and he replies with, "My name is Dadark. Pleasure to meet you, Eve." Then he steps back. "And you, my good friend. After sharing a
I'm-
water skin, I believe we should be acquainted quite well."
Yes, I suppose. Do you see a little bit of like a confused expression on the Stavaxi's face?
Oh, see, Eve is a little bit confused as well, but just rolling with it. She's
Yeah,
just rolling
he-
with it.
You see him look like for a second. He looks behind him, and like the tail kind of moves a little bit, but it's obvious that he had to like consciously
Make that decision.
make that decision, and then gives out his hand. Tabashi.
Oh, Tabashi. That's a unique name to say at least. But it's a pleasure to meet you. Yet again, I am Dadark,
The Dark Captain of
captain of the Roar of the Hopeful.
the Roar of the Hopeful. It is a pleasure.
Likewise. Well, to answer your earlier question, as I so disrespectfully avoided it, there are areas that we concentrate more specifically. I also hear that there has been another incident involving a single death in the broad daylight, with a number of casualties. Well, not maybe casualties, but a fallen companions of the one dead. They've been detained and apparently questioned about things, and they've been fought by a group of other mercenaries or such. It's a shame that they had to resort to such violence as to a person had died. But nevertheless, I hope that they will stand before court and answer for their deeds very soon.
Yes, we all hope for that.
Area of the upper slums has been increasingly becoming a concern, as well as a general patrols have been sent around city, increasing in numbers. That's why we are hired to patrol the walls, while the guards are taking their duty within the walls, within the precipice of the walls.
Yes, about the precipices.
Yes.
Says, oh, what caused those?
I'm sorry? I don't quite understand your question, Tabashi.
I am sorry as well. The holes in the walls.
Yes.
Oh, when did they occur? Or are the walls just not finished?
Well, as you may be aware, this is quite a old place itself. The Bastion served as a military base a long time ago, but ever since the creation of the United Kingdoms, we have concerned ourselves with proclaiming the peace within the walls and within the kingdom. That's why this once military bastion has become a place of prosperous growth and culture integration. With that said, I understand you're talking about the two places. Well, the short answer is cemetery renovations area has unfortunately become old and the walls crumbled with underneath their weight. They are working on it and they are being observed basically the whole day and night so that nobody or nothing enters the city without our notice. When it comes to the other side, it's a remnant of unfinished piece of the wall. We have been expanding the city walls for quite some time, and this is the last stretch of it before we can fully close the circle.
Well, it will feel very safe once it is complete. Thank you for teaching.
Oh, it certainly will, and it makes me even feel safer when I'm the one watching over the walls during the night. You never know what creepy crawlies may come in.
Of course. None. We don't want any of those creepy crawlies in this city. Well,
Certainly not.
thank you for keeping the city safe.
Oh, this is my duty, and I hope that you will serve the same one very soon.
I really want to kill him.
And then you see he turns as his name is being called from the entrance, and you see a group of other 4 people dressed in similar attire and calling to him. Not all wearing the same, armory wear, but some of them resembling the same outfit-like appearance.
Okay.
Seems-
I will.
okay.
I will say. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. It looks like your friends have come together with you. So
The pleasure was all mine, and I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon again. But I will take my leave now. Eve, Tabashi, and then he nods and starts to step, and you can hear his armor just bounces off of his body as he moves, and you don't know if it's consciously made that way to grab attention of people around, or if it's just a flaw of the armor itself that it has so many moving parts. But in any case, he heads and then reconvenes with his group and they head out. While you stare at the what do you call those? Advice? Quests,
Event
advices?
board? Yeah.
Yeah, notices?
The board.
a
The
quest
notice
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of look at Ash and say, "Oh,
Glance
I
back.
I think he thought I was flirting with him."
I wanted to kill him.
No,
I don't know why
No.
he would, but
I have no idea.
well,
It might
that
make
was
for an awkward next meeting, but yeah,
yes.
whatever. We'll go with that.
I
Yeah.
thought y'all were people persons. What was that?
That was a captain.
Hey, he
who's-
never realized that I was uncomfortable, so he continued talking to me. I am a people person.
I'm
You know-
sorry I couldn't get him off you fast enough.
I feel like he's conspiring with.
That's all right.
think-
We got some information. Should we go talk to some of the other people in here and
I
see if we
Yes,
can get any more?
we will do our best not to get close enough for them to try to kiss the hand again. Hey, just
Should I take off my hoodie?
what?
I
what?
mean, you could if you want, unless you want to go and eavesdrop on some groups while we try and, talk our
'em
way into
up.
some information. That's up to you, Dunkel. Well, I shouldn't say not your name. I didn't say his name. That's up to you.
No, that isn't my name. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's not actually his name.
Okay.
It's a power word. I can tell you later.
Okay. All right.
If he keeps whispering things like "I want to kill him" or "disgusting" mid conversation, I will tell you. I will tell you the name.
Oh no, please don't.
Is it a power word like the one that he used on Thaddeus?
Yes, exactly. Actually.
Oh yes, Tristan.
Oh, again. Be
Alright,
careful
so is
with
that
that
what
one.
we wanna do is like have Dunkel eavesdrop and me and Ash go around and just talking to different people, or
Sounds
Yeah.
like a perfect plan.
alright, cool.
I could even pickpocket him if you need me to.
Okay. So if the both of you are going around this place and just right in the guild hall is what you meant.
Yeah, in the guild hall, just talking to different people, kind of
Oh.
asking what
Okay.
their
I am going to grab a piece of parchment and do my best with my forgery kit to recreate a
Barbarian.
no. Who said that even?
Who said that?
that would be Blix in the background of me.
Oh yeah, he can hear it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he
Oh.
can't hear you guys. I've got my headset
Wait.
on, but you
But
can
we
hear him as he talks.
Just heard
Um,
barbarian.
Ash, do you think you
Yes.
can make a guild symbol?
I could probably.
I would like
Yeah.
to give you one that I'm well aware of.
Did you well, you can actually see it in this place. There are banners, a flag, right? Banner is like a flag-like thing that hangs off the wall. Right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there are banners with 3 different insignias on them.
Yeah, he was
One of which
gonna
you've
give
seen on the
him-
men.
Yeah, he was gonna give the one with the chirping leaf.
Yep. Okay. So did you establish with Thaddeus if you have the cane or he does?
I thought I had the cane because Thaddeus doesn't use it.
Well, because from the last time I remember, you gave it to him as some kind of like thing
That'd be
that
a
he
good
can
question to
get you
ask
back on.
Thaddeus then.
Yeah, go and ask him because it's gonna matter if you can use it or not.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. The thing I wanted to sketch while they're away is I actually want to recreate the symbol we saw on the inside of the mask. The happy and
Yeah, so it was on the outside of the mask on the forehead, and
yeah.
it was a face, but the expression was of like agonizing pain and enjoyment.
He still has it.
All right. Yeah, so I scribbled that on a piece of paper. I'm going to ask who I can about this symbol.
Okay.
Not pleasant, but honest.
So, you asking about that, Eve? What are you asking about?
I'm just going around asking kind of what type of, I guess, quests they've been given and things like that, and just trying to get more general information about the town and the kind of what's going on behind the scenes, I guess.
Okay. So both of you roll separate rolls, persuasion rolls, and then Danko. So tell me this: are you hiding or not?
I am hiding.
Okay, go ahead. Roll stealth.
Yes, sir. I'll
Believe
roll
with
it
disadvantage.
I'll roll it with advantage using the armor ability.
Okay.
Um,
Right. So you have. Wait. How do you have
Oh.
advantage?
Because of the cape, me being invisible.
Yeah, but you have disadvantage from the armor.
Exactly. So, you remember the ability that I
Yeah.
created?
So you disregard the disadvantage. Oh, so then it's normal, and then you can get advantage from the cape. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking they cancel each other, so it's a normal roll. But if you do it in steps, then yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not
Nat
20, 26. Okay, you're basically following them like a shadow.
Dunkel has his ears out for 2 things. One, anything that conspires with an adventurers that went to Digville,
Okay.
and the other one is just like listening in the party group and their conversations.
Okay. So, let's start with Ash. Or no, let's start with Eve. You begin to ask
Okay.
around, and while asking around about the jobs, you find another individuals who do not belong to a guild. They just work under them, it's just the way that taking a quest here works. You have to sign a contract. That's what you learn. You have to sign a contract, and then you work under a guild, and the guild takes a percentage of your earnings. With that said, you walk up to another person, and they tell you that they are not a mercenary or any such person. They are a merchant. And while learning about the jobs that are available, you learn that with the ongoings within Wrane, they feel uncertain, and they fear for their life, as it appears that a number of murders has happened within the past week, and it's just unacceptable for such, ambitious city to be taken lightly with such low security and disregard for the people's life. And so the merchant says that there's beginning to be increased number of jobs within the city that require deliveries, but there's less and less jobs that require working outside the city because everyone wants to get outside. And if there's delivery that takes them to a different town, they prefer to take that than walk around city, and possibly even if it's during day hours, as it you never know, they can be murdered out of nowhere, and they fear for their life. So that's what you learn.
Okay.
But because Danko rolled 26 and I have to make it fun, you notice that while eavesdropping, that's a good pun. You notice that the merchant that Eve is talking to, he's got his hand clenched on something, and you see it's like a bandana of sort, and you cannot see any markings on it except for the green coloration.
Green colorization.
Yep.
Does Dunko know any bandanas that have a green color?
Well, if you look around and piece it together, there's 3 banners on the wall, and one of them is green, one of them is black, and one of them is red, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I need to go through my notes. Oh, he's part of the chirping
navy flag. So you have green, red, and navy flags, or the banners.
Oh no, chirping leaf, green background.
Okay. Do you choose to do anything with that?
He has a green bandana. He has it clenched around his hand.
Yep.
As far as we know from the group, they're just concerned about the jobs and especially the killings around here. I want to see if I can ask something. Eve.
You hear a whisper coming from your right.
I kind of tilt my head to the side to indicate that I heard him, but I am not saying anything.
The man in front of you is part of the Chirping Leaf Guild, which I used to be in. Could you ask them about an adventuring guild that went to Dickfall and never returned?
Okay. I look at the man and I say, have you heard of a group of adventurers that went to Digval?
As you say that, you see the jaw muscles just tense up. And you can tell that he's trying his hardest as his eyes become glossy. I did. What is the concern of yours?
Was it somebody that you were close to?
And you see now a single tear goes down his cheek. And he looks down and he brings
I
up the hand, the left hand that the bandana is tied around, and he opens it. And he leans it forward so that you can see, and you see the chirping leaf symbol. This belonged my son.
what wait, what was his son's name?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Stupid son of a bitch. And he starts laughing through the cry. Oh. We wanted him to go and become a merchant just like I am. Get a prosperous life. Maybe not be the richest man alive, but have a life. But no, he had to go. Play his music around. Run around behind girls. And then he joined Chirping Leaves. On one side, I hate them for what they did to my son. Sending him on a suicide mission like they did. But I'm also glad for what they do for the city. And I cannot blame them for the stupidity of my son. His life. He gave it up for the cause.
Do you know what happened to him exactly, other than
I
that he
don't
gave his life
know.
up to the cause?
I got a letter in post. They said that he was sent to Digvo to investigate something in the gods tier. A week after I get a letter saying that they've never returned, that their corpses or whatever was never remained, never found.
I reach out and take his hand that has a bandana wrapped around it,
Very
and I
well.
kind of bow my head to him and say, I'm so sorry for your loss.
It really doesn't matter right now. He was a good boy, even if stupid in nature. He had talent for music. I kinda miss his dumb sounds, playing late at night, coming drunk. I'm sorry, I will go now. I will take my leave. And he turns around and
Okay.
walks away.
I turn to where Dunkel was, and under my breath, I'm like, "What the fuck was that, man?"
Dunkel's laughing. Oh my gosh. You remember Tommy?
Who was Tommy?
An old adventurer that I used to be with.
Did he die?
I believe so.
I just like scoff and walk away from Dunkel.
Right. As that happens, we're gonna go back to Tabashi and asking about the symbol that you've seen, and it just portrays this face in agonizing pain but enjoying it ever so much. And you begin to ask around. What was your persuasion that you rolled?
I have yet to roll.
Oh, go ahead and do that.
Alright. Persuasion. Watch me roll a 1.
Watch me roll, watch me nay nay.
Watch
Oh
me
my
roll.
lord!
Now,
He's
buddy, holy
rolling.
shit!
Crap!
It is.
Okay, at 31. Boy, you learn many things.
31.
We are gods. We were described the gods that we are. Or whatever he says.
Yeah.
We will decide the gods that we are. Anyway, whoa, Zeus. You approach a number of people, actually. You first approach the people in the queue and you bother them there, and even though reluctantly they don't want you there because they are, either they had to wake up early or they traveled the whole night or they just don't want to be bothered with your bullshit. They just scoff you off, and then you look around the bar area, and the seats there, they're like these red velvety seats around these like coffee tables. It's very bougie like for the place that it is, but they had to invest with all the dealings and contracting that happens here. And you find there's a table, and a gentleman is currently just sitting there with like a turban on his head, and he's a tabaxi himself.
Ooh.
Currently just sipping on a tea. Looking very like Arabic in his like comings.
I see. All right. Let's see what we can glean. I try. Does it look like he got that from here, or did he bring it himself?
Are you talking about his attire or tea?
His tea currently.
I will say this with that 20, he's enjoying it very much, and where all of the other people have like a porcelain cups with like golden trimming around it, with like a flowery designs on them, his
Mhm.
cup is completely different. His cup has resemblance of like what are the symbols in the pyramids? Hieroglyphs, right? Is that how you say?
Oh yeah, it's hieroglyphs. Yeah.
Hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs. So that's his cup. So you can ascertain that he might have brought some with him, just made it here.
Wow. All right. Ash, in his own mind, realizes that he does not know anything of their culture
Okay.
at all. He's never been there, but sees somebody who knows this world, who has traveled, and slowly approaches, almost sheepishly at first, but steps up to this stranger and says,
As he's sipping, places the cup in the cup or cup hole in the small plate. What are they called, actually?
You're correct. It's like a plate.
Yeah, tea plate,
Yeah.
teacup hole.
"Tea
Whatever.
dish, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know."
Okay, so what is it you're saying?
I approach him, wait for him to finish his drink, not to be rude, and say, "Hello."
He puts the tea back onto the table, and then he like intertwines his fingers. Ah, fellow tabaxi. How can I help you, my friend?
I have 1,000 questions. Where to begin?
1,001 questions shall be answered then. Please, take a seat.
Oh my gosh.
He goes ahead and sits down.
What is of a worry on your mind today?
Many things, I must say. I've been asking as many as I could about this symbol.
Let's see. And then he grabs it from you, and then like you can hear just like as he like almost whips the paper to like straighten it. Ah, and why is it that you are seeking this portration?
I will put it plainly. It's
It's
the murders in town.
oh,
There's
I have-
something happening.
I have freshly arrived to this town, and I do not know much of these murders, but I hear rumors, and very merchants are afraid for their life. Would you mind telling me more about them?
Yes, I can give you all that I know. I've been trying. I am young. I don't know much about. Don't even know what our homeland is called.
I can tell you are young. What part of our land do you come from? Sorry, I had to send the curveball your way.
It's alright. It would most likely be easier if you handed me a map.
A map. Let me see if I have one. And he starts digging in his a pouch. He's got one of those men purses over his shoulder, and then he opens it up, and you can see it's very weathered. And you can still when he opens it, there's still grain falling out of it as he does onto this velvet cushions. And then he starts digging in, and then he comes up with one. Oh, here, I have one. And then he rolls it up and places it in front of you. And it's a map of the whole desert area to the southeast.
Check his hands.
What does this tabaxi look like?
A very stoic and noble in appearance. He's like I said, he's got a turban around his head of very bright cream, as well as matching garments around him. The satchel that he's wearing used to be more brown than it is now because it's weathered, as I described it. And the skin of he's got this similar cream but darker than the turban lines with whitish striations.
Reminds me of a
And he almost looks like he's got a goatee coming from his chin. This white goatee. Which part it is, my friend?
Well, it really seems like my family.
Oh, have you been not born in the land? Have you been
No.
born here?
I was born, I believe, in SA.
Ah. If that is the case, then you must be doing very well for yourself even your young age. Perhaps your parents, coming from the land, they must have been a good in the trade, whatever they may be doing or not.
I believe they are so, but as many here, I decided to try to strike out on my own adventure.
Very
Hopefully make it back to the homeland one day.
very adventurous, and I do hope that you make it to the homeland. If you haven't been there yet, it has changed very much. And let's be honest, nothing quite like the deserts of Thestian Sands. You have to see it for yourself if you haven't yet.
Do you know of... Well, what can you tell me of the wildlife? It's a dream of mine, you see. I just want to actually know where I'm headed.
What's the piece of the map, just so you know what kind of map he's showing you?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I haven't even asked your name.
Ah, my name. My name is Abadu.
No.
Abadu. Alright. So Abadu, to answer your question, it was on a mask. I saw the symbol with with a mask and a robe.
He puts the paper down in front of him and like puts the coffee cup on the edge of it to keep it straight, and then he places his chin on the intertwined fingers as he looks down upon it. A mask, you say?
Yes.
I would lie if I told you that I haven't seen it. Where have you seen such thing?
Well, as I said, I've been striking out as an adventurer, and in one such adventure in this city, even.
Oh, you have seen
The-
it here.
Yes.
Ah. Well, from my brief travels, as I was traveling through our land, I found a group of individuals wearing similar such concealment on their faces. I've seen them to the north of our land, the Cestian Sands.
Ah. Well, there goes my vacation plans.
Well, if it's of such big importance to you, you may use it as an excuse. Go and visit the homeland. Have your parents maybe taken with you, but if danger may be imminent, you might wanna reconsider taking them.
Okay.
And to answer your question as well, the wildlife, oh, is magnificent, let me tell you this. The sands themselves, mostly barren, but yet full of life during the night. The one big thing you have to worry about is the sandworms. They can cause you a big deal of trouble if you do not travel carefully and do not avoid their territory. But with the appropriate travel, the main paths that is, as well as traveling with perhaps a guide if you need a quicker time, you can make your way without the trouble. And the cottontails of the desert as well as desert foxes, nothing but amazing, and their fur. Oh, just thinking about it. Give me a second, I might have it with me. And then he starts searching through his bag again, and he actually pulls out a fountain pen as well. But
Ooh.
at the end of the fountain pen, instead of having the peacock tail or something like that, it's a wooden construction. At the end of it, you have a pompon tail attached to it. Here, have a look. It is the cottontail of our deserts. It is the most magnificent and silky smooth material you will ever touch in your life.
He kind of very gently cups his hands to like pet it a little
Okay,
bit,
and so
trying to be.
you do, and the fountain pen has this a dark brown coloration to it as the tail does, with just a white dot at the very top of the pen of where the pompon is. And touching it, it almost feels like you're touching clouds themselves because how fluffy and delicate it is.
Oh, it really is magnificent.
Yes, I would know a little bit about it myself as I trade in it, but nevertheless.
Nevertheless, I am most fortunate to meet you, Abatu. If there is anything you need from a young upstart, don't be afraid to ask for Tabashi.
Ah, Tabashi. Pleasure to meet you as well. And if I do find myself in quite a pickle and I need somebody, a hand or two, I will come back here and ask for you. I hope you attend here quite often.
I will make I'll make sure to return.
Very well.
I've kept you from your tea for too long.
Well, I like it quite cold myself, if I'm being honest.
Ah, well, it's a cold tea in good company.
That is precisely what you need in life. But yes, If you ever need anything and I'm in town, let me know.
Will do. With that, I get up and I walk away.
Right? He just like bends his head towards you with like utmost graciousness, and then picks up his cup of tea in like a one swoop motion as his hands come back to the table and then pick it up. Did you leave the paper with him, or did you take it back?
I will leave that copy with him, actually.
Okay, very well. So he still stares at the paper as you walk away, and then he begins to roll it around the fountain pen, and then puts it in the bag altogether.
Okay. Alright.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was very productive. I was not expecting this.
I mean, he rolled not 20 for 31. That's an impossible check. Like, I had to give you information even if I didn't want to.
I thought he encountered Rastrafa, which is basically almost a
Rakshasa.
tabaxi. Yeah, Rakshasa.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
I
but
got
I
so
think
scared because he had so many like items. I was like, ah!
And now I've made friends with most likely a
No
relatively
Rakshasas! I don't want to deal with the Rakshasa.
Oh, yeah. Making friends with powerful people
Exactly.
with an alternate identity. All right.
So we all group up together, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to continue? Because I still have one more person to go to. Holy fuck, it's almost.
Yeah, Thaddeus left because he wasn't feeling well.
Okay, yeah, I could tell he was kind of down, but yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it happens to the best of us. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you discuss it with whoever else you want, and then I'm gonna take Milan back with me because he's the last person I have to talk to.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not saying don't.
Hey, finally.
Sorry, it took a
Yay.
long time because there was a lot of RP because of good rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you like to join me in meeting room? Where I'll
Yes.
tell the other guys to.
Seeing that we should
Okay,
return back.
Yeah, if you don't mind, because I want to speak with Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go back into the lounge.
Thank you. Okie dokes. Hi. Again.
Hi. Been a while.
All right. So you make your way towards the Church of Lawrence that you've been given the head towards. Go ahead and roll perception to see if you can spot the place,
Oh
or
god, that's
rather, how long it takes you to spot the place. 9. Okay,
surprisingly
not the worst. It takes you about a good part of an hour before you manage to locate it. Hidden amongst the streets, somewhere in this area, you find a shop that has like carts and barrels set up outside of it, and it doesn't necessarily have a name. It just trades in those kinds of goods.
Yeah, I'd like to enter if the door's open.
The door is open, and currently it's not only unlocked, it's open to anyone just walk in and out.
Alrighty. They're just open for business. Yeah, I'd like to enter and greet whoever seems to be running this place.
Okay, so you find a guy behind the counter, and he's kind of like asleep. He's got his legs on the desk, and then he's just like arms crossed, stuck down, chin towards his chest, kind of chubby. And then he hears you approach. He lifts up one eye, and then he like goes back to sleep. And then he realizes that there's a person standing in front of him. He's like, "Oh, sorry, there. How can I help you?" And like he rights himself in front of the desk, scooting the chair closer. How can I help you?
I purchased a card recently, and a bolt kind of fell out, broke, and I was actually just wondering what who the previous owners might have been, because I just bought it off a guy off the street, I shouldn't have, you know what you get with that kind of a purchase. Not as good as you might get here. But yeah, I was just wondering, gets out the bolt. Do you know who this insignia might belong to?
He just like looks at it, doesn't take it from you. He just looks at it and then, well, with that, I believe we can help you, but not me myself personally. As you can see, I just deal with formalities, paperwork, and
Hey,
that, bills, all that kind of jazz, you
the
know.
administration.
Anyway, if you head out just on the other side, and he points to the opposite side that you came from, and there's like a big double door that's open right now, and you can hear and see a person working in like a yard on some kind of a carriage right now. Yeah, if you go and speak to Lucienne, she will be able to help you.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You're
Hope
very welcome.
business picks up maybe a bit.
It usually does well. It's a bit of a quiet day today, but yeah, thank you. And then he like just watches you as you pass by. So you make your way, and there's, except for barrels, crates, and like the pulling cards, there's more of storage spaces. There's bookshelves and other such items as well for sale. And then you make your way through the double door, and you can see there's a human female currently working on a wheel, and she's just like spinning it and then adding like oil or something onto the bearing itself to make it spin smoother. And she just continues doing that, and you can see she's got like white, super dirty, almost like yellow t-shirt at this point, and like overalls on top of that. And she's got messy tied band at the back of her head, and she's just going about whatever business she's doing with heavy leather gloves.
I'll just
God
knock
damn
on.
it.
I'll just knock on something nearby and just. Her name was Lucienne.
Lucienne, yes.
Yeah, I'll just knock on something nearby and say, Lucienne, that's you, right?
She spins the wheel and just goes, God damn it. Oh, hi. Yeah, that's me. How can I help you?
Yeah, if I can just borrow you for a sec. I came in possession of a card which had this bolt, and I was just wondering who this insignia might belong to.
Okay, she stands up, and before like concentrating on what you're telling her, she's just like eyeing you up and down, up and down. Wow, I've never seen a tiefling like yourself in my life. What are you?
Well, you said it yourself, a tiefling. No,
Yeah, but I've
I'm
never seen one with fucking hooves.
I'm Kirikurai.
And then
I'm
she like,
from
as you keep telling her that, she walks around and she like starts touching your wings and like spreading them, just like completely invading your private space.
kind of awkwardly going along with it. Just like,
Okay.
yeah, that's okay.
You even have wings. What a weird creature you are. I knew tieflings
Yeah,
are a bit funny, but I didn't know they are this funny.
yeah. The infernal line runs well
Oh,
deep
so
with me.
you're some kind of a devil or something?
Well, yes, tieflings have infernal blood running through them.
Oh,
Gives us our
yeah,
features.
know that. And then she like steps around and then spins on her heel, arms crossed. So what was it? A bolt?
This insignia on this bolt.
Let me see. And she reaches out her mitt, and then
Yeah, I'll just hand it to her.
she checks it. Oh, that's quite an old piece, but yeah, I believe we used to sell a model of that kind. I cannot be sure if it came from that one, but I know who the makers are.
Well, if you could tell me that, that would be amazing.
Why do you need to get it fixed or something?
Yeah, I was. It fell out of the cart I recently bought.
Oh, we can easily fix it. Just replace that bolt with something else, something more durable. Not a worry.
I was just wondering, seeing who the original makers were.
Ah. Well, you some kind of like keep it clean, keep it original kind of guy?
Well, yeah. Well, not myself, but the people that it was bought for. They, like to keep it all in the original pieces.
Sure. Okay, anyways, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the makers, but I know where they're situated. They come from Bellevale.
Ah, I see what you're doing here, DM. I see. Do you have a name, or is it just that you remember their stopping in Belleville?
I just know that they come from Belleville. I never met them. I only know that where the cards with those particular insignias and symbols come from.
Okay. Thank you anyway for that. Yeah. Yes. Sorry for keeping you off your work.
No, so I basically finished. The wheel's spinning now, but yeah, anytime you need, you strange devilish boy.
Okay. Yeah. He says thank you, and he'll wave her goodbye.
Okay. He waves back. And still like the puzzled face of just your being within her shop. Like your being as a creature within her shop. She's never dealt. You gather that she's never dealt with tieflings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Then we can head back to the main lounge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
What? Sorry, you started saying
Yeah.
something.
No. That was all me. It's kind. I don't think I'm gonna follow up on it further without the rest of the party. I don't think I'm going alone to Belleville.
Yeah. But okay, let's go back.
For the noble banquet required at the Mufasa state.
Okay,
It's just security, so we're gonna have to protect something. It's not Lumafrost.
What? Y'all planning to steal something?
No, we're planning on protecting something.
Yeah, by having it in your possession.
Yeah, you get it. You're on board.
Yeah, we may want
The
to
Dunkel way of protecting things.
see about taking that guarding the noble estate
Okay,
on the
good.
board.
We might also want to take that second one for no good reason.
Gosh.
I might want to go to Belleville.
Dunkel.
May you and I have a word
Mm-hmm.
in the other
Oh.
room.
What did you find? Belleville.
Oh, yeah, so the original creator of that boat doesn't live here, but the lovely lady I talked to, she said they operated out of Belleville, or at least they come from Belleville.
Aha. Well, in that case, I'm with you. Although I do want to go underground first.
Well,
DM, how
does
far
somebody
away
want to get
is
Strife back
Belleville?
in here?
how far away is Belleville?
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have map open? I do not. If we look at the map, it's about half a week.
And now Ash is also in the AFK.
He was
Does
just
somebody
saying
wanna add
something a
them?
second ago.
Does somebody want to at Strife and let him know that we're all back now?
Yeah, I was gonna say Ash just came back, so
There he is.
You bug Strife?
there we go.
Oh, somebody just.
Because
Passion
I
just
know
moved
he
him.
was doing so. Okay, anyway, so let me just say that that's it for today. It was very fun, and we're gonna pick up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, 2 weeks?
Sounds good.
You won't be able to make it tomorrow, next week?
Yeah, gotta do some uni work.
Oh, nice.